be this year, but I've sort of treated it like my last year for the past 6 years, haven't I? I knew it was the right time for me and the football club that I retire at the end of the year and hopefully with a premiership cup or a medallion around my neck.
Port will be without Darcy Byrne-Jones this weekend when they face Melbourne at home. He's accepted a one-match ban following an incident during Saturday's game against Sydney. Geelong has held an emergency board meeting to work out its response to the AFL over the concussion waiver scandal. The Cats have until the close of business tomorrow to explain themselves. American Michael Brennan has won the PGA Tour's Wyndham Championship, and John Rahm has clinched LIV Golf's individual title for the third season running in New York. Joaquin Neiman won the tournament. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Afternoon at Prospect, a crash to look out for. Regency Road near Warren Avenue. Urbray, breakdown at bottom of the freeway, Glen Osmond Road. Morse Lakes Road still closed due to flooding. Port Waitford Road near the Salisbury Highway intersection. And Parracombe Road closure due to fallen rocks, Gorge Road at Corkscrew Road. Camera this afternoon, Port Expressway at Kilwin. What's saucy, cheesy and baked to perfection? Faster Pastas Pasta Bakes with free garlic bread. All at one great $23.90 price. Fresh from the oven and only at Faster Pasta. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A shower or two this afternoon. Showers increasing tomorrow, 17. Wednesday, showers easing, 15. Thursday, a shower or two, 17. Right now, it's 14 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, a legend of our game calls time. Tex Walker's emotional announcement. We look back on the career of a kid from Broken Hill who dreamed of being a Crow. The clean-up after record-breaking rain. Jessica Braithwaite with the huge tallies and what's still coming. And Port rules out an Adelaide Oval swan song for Zach Butters. 9 News. Your news. Night at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA. Always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Coming up, Tex Walker calls time. We speak with his best mate, Rory Sloane, plus teammate Max Michaelani following the Crows win over Richmond, plus Campo joins us in Coach's Corner, and Port Adelaide locker room tickets to win for this Saturday.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Well, thank you, Sammy. Yes, firstly, to everyone who suffered damage or flooding over the weekend, I hope you're insured and you got lots of family and friends. Thanks again to our emergency services. You're just an absolute godsend. To Port Adelaide, you're 15th. To the Crows, you almost stunk. But this first hour, I think we're going to devote to Tex retiring a Crow and AFL great.
Walker has a bounce, has a second bounce. JJ still over the top. Eddie Betts is shorter, goes forward. What a leg! Taylor Walker, take a bounce.
I knew it was the right time for me and the football club that I retire at the end of the year and hopefully with a premiership cup or a medallion around my neck.
Slowing up towards Walker! Walker's marked it! He kicks as they lead by a point. Taylor Walker, take a bounce!
Walker grabs this out of the ruck, runs around. He's going to have a shot at goal. Left leg, it's going to bounce the Walker.
Oh, he can do no wrong!
I have 3 loves in my life. It's my family, my friends and footy. That's all I've known.
Walker's doubling back. Long now on top of Walker's head. Allen's out of the van. Walker's there. He got shepherded off the ball.
Walker, goal! He's got it! Listen to the roar! 40,000 fans to their feet. Every player's hugging him. Taylor Walker has played the perfect game.
Taylor Walker, 60 from home, plays around, kicks from 50. This will bring the house down. Showdown special from Taylor Walker.
Yes.
Walker!
Goes forward. Oh,
Walker!
Unbloody believable.
He always kicks the tough ones. Tex Walker. He's got it. Sensational 700. They come from everywhere. Crows fans on their feet for the 700th time.
I walk away with gratitude. I'm proud of what we've shared together over the last 19 years. And while my playing career is coming to an end, I'll always be grateful that the kid from Broken Hill got the chance to live out a dream as a Crow. Forever a Crow.
Oh, good words. Timmy, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks very much, Steve.
Darwin was
good to see you. Darwin was excellent. Thank you very much.
Got a bit of sun on you?
Didn't get anywhere.
Did you get that wallet out of the crocodile enclosure?
Well, that was dangerous, let me tell you. Great fun, and yes, Darwin was awesome. And just nice to get a bit of warmth into the bones. But I had to come back, obviously, Saturday and
call the game.
Call what was a hiding.
We'll get to that. But I did hear a stat, because you love your stats. I like dealing in facts. You went up there with 3 mates. It was another 60th. Yeah. How many cans did you drink in that 6 nights? What was the number again?
That shan't be repeated.
Did it work out at 18 each per day?
Something ridiculous.
Oh, Timmy, how come you're not bigger than me?
Well, it's not to say that I'm not in the hands of the trainers, does it? You know?
No, but what did you say? From your toes up on the inside, not good.
I said, yeah, from the ankles up, I am dead inside.
Well done. Well done.
But look, it is about Tex today. There's no doubt.
I think it is.
He retired and he...
A champion.
I'm just saying, elite, it's important that we don't talk about him in the past tense because he's still alive as a person.
And he's still playing.
And still playing, got very important games to play and the like. But I suppose my memories of Tex are very early because I was coaching Port Adelaide in the SANFL at that time, and we, every year, used to have a mini draft. So whoever was recruited by the 2 clubs, the AFL clubs, we would then, as a SANFL comp, have a mini draft, and there might be 8 blokes that you're after, and you went in order of where you finished. Yeah. And I was looking at, you got all the footage of the players that were available, and we needed a forward. So I was looking and all the rest of it, and I watched this kid from Broken Hill, and I saw him, that very quick turnaround onto his right, and then he turned back onto his left, and I'm
just as good.
Oh, hello. And I thought, this looks all right, about
75 kilo.
Yeah, but I thought, this kid can play. And so we discussed it and the like, and I said, I'm taking Walker. And that was what we were set on. We had a plan B, but it was Walker. And it went bang, bang, Norwood.
Cut your lunch again.
Taylor Walker.
Well, we
could not have hurt more because that final series.
Okay.
Guess who plays and kicks 7?
He did.
And we lose by, I think, a couple of goals.
Oh,
Taylor
Walker. Well, Broken Hill, we have a bit of a leak nod to that. But anyway, Taylor Walker picked 75 in the 07 draft that very next year. 19 seasons, over 300 games, over 700 goals. He's been a captain, a great one at that. All-Australian, 7-time leading goal kicker, 2-time AFLPA best skipper. Just a total team-first club man, loved and respected by all. Great footy IQ, exceptional skills, both feet. He could excite a footy field. Have a listen to him.
When I arrived here as a skinny kid from Broken Hill, I never imagined where this journey would take me. Football has given me so much, but more than anything, it's given me people. Incredibly grateful for every teammate I've played alongside, every coach who's invested in me, every staff member who has helped me along the way, and everyone behind the scenes who makes this club what it is. You've all shaped me, not just as a footballer, but as a person.
No question. Great words. Do you have a favourite Taylor Walker moment? That was Timmy's, 82230000. In 2014, Anzac Day, his 24th birthday, he came back and had to play in the SANFL after doing his knee almost exactly a year before at the MCG against Carlton. I called that particular game. And generally when you're a big fella and you need your mobility and you do a knee, you think, he played his best football after that. But my memory was his comeback game at that game against Glenelg at the Bay. I can't remember a ground being that full of the opposition. So this is Glenelg's home game. Tex came back, and I took my whole family there. I took James. We all went. We wanted to see Tex come back and how good he was. He kicked 3-goal-3 from memory. It was just... I mean, what a ridiculous memory of Tex with all the great things he's done. But I just remember that game, and I remember the feeling that everyone went there with their hand on their whatever, I don't know, your foot, your mouth, just wanting him to get through. Just, he's back. Tex is back.
Well, the following week, I went to Clare to broadcast the first ever SANFL showdown between Port and the Crows, and about 7 or 8 went to Clare.
Oh,
because I reckon that was the second game, and then I reckon he went straight back.
And he went straight back. That was his last ever SANFL game.
And never looked back. If you've got a text moment, we'd love to hear it. 82230000. We'll hear from Rory Sloane very shortly. Looking forward to that. Port started well, got overran, then they fought back. They only lost by 97 points in the end. Probably their worst loss for the year. Here's Josh Carr.
Am I happy that players are getting opportunities to play AFL footy? Yes, I am. Exposure to the big gun. There's guys that are playing in that team today that if we had a full list to pick from, that wouldn't be playing. So do they get feedback on what it looks like to be an AFL footballer? Absolutely. Do they go into next pre-season knowing what AFL football looks like? Yes, they do. So happy that they get the exposure. Do I want to lose him by 97 points? Absolutely not.
Asked himself a couple of questions there, Josh.
I thought he was doing the press conference by himself. He was asking the questions.
Oh, look, it's
and answering them.
Remember, he's a first-year coach. The damn wall has officially busted. And what I mean by that, Jason Horne-Francis, thank God, it might only be a week, but I think they'll rest him. Yeah, wasn't it? DBJ is now out. He's got a one-week ban. He accepted it. So this week they got 14 out. 10 of them are walk-ups. And they're the quality of DBJ, Horne-Francis, Rosie, Butters, Richards, Farrell, the coaches, Powell-Pepperson. I can go on. You can't win with that amount of outs.
Yeah.
So forget everything else. He'll still want them to be drilled into how he wants them to play, and that'll set him up for next year.
But the description of the damn wall finally busting.
The damn wall's
felt
busted.
like that on the weekend.
The damn wall's busted. It's busted, sadly. I said this morning to Will and Stacey on 5AA Brekkie, 5 years ago to win ugly, I'd take that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even 3 years ago. A win's a win in AFL. But the fact that it was 2 games left in the season, the fact that we're gunning for top 4, the fact we can't slip up, the fact we're trying to get our best footy out there and the best players in the best spots to have good confidence into going into a final, and to play like that against a team that's sitting 17th. I mean, it's not a top 4 team. They've won 3 games for the year. Was more than frustrating. At times it was disappointing. I can't put my finger on the wine. I'm sure they can't, but I guess they'll learn. Here's Matty Nix.
There'll be some guys that are challenged out of this one, and we'll learn from that and get better.
Learn and get better. I think there's a few people getting a bit sick of that.
Learning?
And getting better. No, I know you continually learn, but it's the same things you've got to learn about. Your bloody ball movement. Take the game on. Take some risks. Go straight back at them. Now, I know it was wet in the second half. Didn't do it in the first half. They play like that. They play like that in that first final. And it's likely to finish 7th, sadly. It might be Carlton or Collingwood. Here, in a wild card final, they'll just get smashed.
If you win one of the next 2, it's a better result than that, isn't it? It's top 6, isn't it?
Well, I think where we're sitting at the moment, we've got FIVEAA, and I cannot wait for this Friday night FIVEAA game. Then they got GWS. The problem is Melbourne, Lions and Geelong, they're flying. They got, I wouldn't say an easy draw. Certainly Lions have, but Geelong and Melbourne. I mean, Melbourne have got Port this weekend. They'll win both. Geelong's percentage is great. So if they win both and we lose the Fremantle game, the likelihood is we'll drop to 7.
Wild card.
So, and it's you've gone from chocolates to a bald lolly.
The thing about that statement is the learning bit. Well, I always say you only learn when you're tested. Now, tested is this Friday. So all the things you want to learn or you've been working on, now's Friday's the test.
Yeah.
So if you're going to pass that test, pass it this Friday.
That's exactly right. And I've called finals a long way out D-Day for Matty Nix, the coaching group and his playing group after last year's finals. They've certainly got the team. I don't think they've got the game, and I'm hoping they get the game. We all know what the game needs to be. When they chase the lead, I've said it for years, haven't I? It's when they play their best footy, taking the game on, going back at them. I know there's modes you've got to play in. We'll speak to Campo about that, but I want to see that this week. Fremantle are on the rebound. They're home. They're going to have Pearce back. They're probably going to be as good as they could be. Let's see it this weekend. This is D-Day, Mark II.
Massive, massive week ahead. And, of course, a huge day for the Adelaide Crows in terms of one of their greatest saying they will hang up the boots at the end of the season in text walkers. Some great text messages coming through. We'll get to them on the unique homestyle food text throughout the program. And give us a call, 8223 0000. Not just your memories and your great thoughts and what you love about Tex Walker as he looks to wrap it all up at the end of the year, but also the weekend of sports. So much to take away from it. 8223 0000. It's 19 after 4. Next, Rory Sloane to join us.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. Crows big man Riley O'Brien joins Rowey and Timmy G each week on the 5AA Sports Show. Find out what's going on at Westlakes. Thanks to Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens Swear Jar Pledge. Riley O'Brien swears to bring you the latest Crows and AFL news.
Got something big to budge? Budget with Budget. Little trucks, big trucks. You can do it all in a budget rental truck. Get exactly what you need and at a great price too. So remember, whatever you've got to budge, budget with a budget rental truck.
Budget with a budget rental truck. It's quick and cheap. Well, half your luck when you budget with a budget rental truck.
Budget car and truck rental. Call 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
For over 50 years, Gliderol has been manufacturing and installing garage doors for South Australian homes. Spring is almost here, so why not improve the street appeal and value of your most prized possession? Order a new Gliderol door with operator before the end of September and you'll receive 2 extra handsets. Plus, we'll remove your existing door for free. Call Gliderol for a free measure and quote on 1300 799 144 or go to gliderol.com.au. Retail customers only, T's and C's apply.
Buying or selling property later in life can carry a different kind of pressure. It might be a family home or an investment or downsizing move or helping your kids take that next step. So once the contract arrives, the small details really matter. And that's when it really pays to have someone like Hootermans Horner Conveyancing on your side. Manage things like searches, settlement dates, adjustments, easements, encumbrances. They are not the exciting part, but they are the part you want handled clearly.
Oh, of course you do. Hooterman Horner Conveyancing, explain the process just in plain English. They keep you updated and give you the same conveyancer from start to finish. There are no hidden fees. You can be with a simple online quote. How good's that? So before your next property move becomes more stressful than it needs to be, get in touch with Hooterman's Horner Conveyancing. Visit hhconveyancing.com.au.
Don't miss the biggest and best Canberra floor yard yet. Holiday Wonders has a range of value-packed floor yard holidays departing from Adelaide. Our special 7-day Trains to the Tulips package includes gold-class travel aboard the Indian Pacific, along with special sightseeing highlights, including the smash hit musical My Fair Lady at the Sydney Opera House, and first-class rail travel to Canberra for the festival. Places are selling fast. Book now at holidaywonders.com.au.
At Coles, save on a fan favourite. Right now, get half price on Smith's crinkle cut potato chips, 150 to 170 grams, now just $2.50. Save in store or online at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Your hot water system could go at any time. So if yours is getting on, don't get caught out. Now is the best time to ask the Gas Shop Unley about their unbeatable price on a fully fitted Rinnai continuous flow hot water system. It's instant, so you're not wasting money heating a tank of water all day to feed your home. The Gas Shop has fitters standing by, ready to install your new Rinnai continuous flow system at a price you'll find hard to ignore. Make the switch with the Gas Shop Unley, thegasshop.com.au.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 22 minutes after 4. Port Adelaide locker room tickets to give away today, so stick around if you're keen for Saturday night footy as the Demons come to town. We will chat to Rory Sloane very shortly as we say thank you to Taylor Walker. What a great 19 seasons of footy. Nurse Next Door Home Care Services, from companionship to 24/7 nursing. Stay in your own home on your terms. nursenextdoor.com.au. Check your traffic.
At Prospect, the crash to look out for Regency Road near Warren Avenue. Rowey breakdown at the bottom of the freeway, Glen Osmond Road. Mawson Lakes roads are closed due to flooding. Port Wakefield Road of the Salisbury Highway and Dry Creek intersection. And we're slow with traffic lights on the blink at Hampstead Gardens, OG Road near North East Road. Canberra today, Bartley Terrace, West Lake Shore. Fiji Airways is on sale now. Fly direct from Adelaide to Fiji starting from $315 one way. Book at FijiAirways.com. Your local travel agent. Conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Well, Timmy, today Taylor Walker announced his retirement, an absolute star on and off the field, very similar to our next guest, Rory Sloane. Sloaney, you were there. How emotional, what a player, leader and friend he's been.
Oh, incredible career, isn't it? It is. It's coming to an end of an era completely. He has been the biggest influence on that footy club, obviously, the last couple of decades, and he's led that club through some incredibly tough times. Got us all the way to a grand final, which we just fell short in. But it's the way he's handled himself for me off field. Like, everyone judges, I suppose, athletes of what they see on the screen and on field, but I've known him personally for years, and the way he treats people, the way he interacts with the general public, the family man he is, the friend he is, he's never forgotten where he's come from, and I reckon that says a lot about someone who comes into a professional environment and becomes such a megastar. He's always remembered his mates from back home and the Broken Hill boy that he was. So, incredible man, and I'm excited for the next chapter for him.
Yeah, so am I. Drafted in 07. He was a raw, laddered, boned, genuine football.
He was tiny. He weighed,
wasn't he?
70-odd kilos. The boy said he was a scared little boy when he first came in, and he grew up into this ruthless, demanding, caring footballer. So, it's just the transformations we see from when boys enter football clubs. They transform into men, don't they?
Absolutely, they do. Hey, Rory, I was just wondering, you got there, I think, the year after Tex, and you would have been like the young developing players together. You know, what was it like in those early days? Because you mentioned the Broken Hill thing. Now, I'm pretty sure that influence and the scallywag of that would have been pretty prevalent in those early days.
Very, very prevalent. He was a scallywag. He pushed the boundaries both on and off the field there for a while, and he did a lot of growing up, I'd say, in those first few years. But he was one of those blokes. He draws people in. As soon as you meet Tex, you just wanted to be around him, and that's the aura that he sort of had even in those early days was huge. And people often ask why. Well, why do they end up staying there as a Victorian for so long? And it's because of guys like Tex, like bringing my friends and family over, and the way Tex treated them like they were his family. They would see the type of people that are involved in our footy club like Tex, and they're like, gee, you've got a good bunch of people. And like half of my mates all went to Tex's, I think it was his 21st, and we had a great time. So all my mates felt like Tex was family. And, he was massive in building that family environment for our footy club. And that's why I reckon we've had such good retention over the past, I'd say 5 to 6 years now.
On the field, what made him the player that we all sort of see from the outside? But what insight could you give us into the player on the field?
Incredibly smart player, ruthless, and that's what you need. You need blokes that can handle situations and understand the game, but then action them really quickly. And Phil Walsh always said this. Tex always reminded him of someone like Jonathan Brown, just demanding, vocal, had that massive aura and big presence out on field. And it was one of those blokes, Tex. Like, you knew if you were getting tagged or if you're having a tough game, he was always there to back you up. The ultimate team man, absolutely.
Well, he just had a genuine interest in everyone. Whenever you spoke to him, he'd listen. And that's everyone, whether it be a player or a friend. His care and his empathy was second to none. And that's pretty much how he played. Do you have, Rory, an everlasting memory on field or any one moment that I don't know, raises itself for you above others?
What was it? The elimination final against the Dogs, him running down the wing, just cruising down the wing, taking a couple of bounces on the left hand and ripping that one inside to Charlie Cameron will certainly stand out.
Walker has a bounce, has a second bounce. JJ still over the top. Eddie Betts is shorter. Goes forward. Wow. What a leg! Charlie Cameron 30 out directly in front. Taylor Walker, take a bow. How good was that?
Fremantle, I reckon, again, another elimination final back in 2012. I just remember it was pretty even game. First time we'd made finals. We needed someone to stand up after halftime, and Tex came out and just destroyed that game and absolutely tore it apart. And I think that was the coming of Tex. Like, he really stood up in that year and showed everyone what he could do and the impact he can have in big moments and in big games. And I mean, you go through a million showdowns and other finals. The Hawthorn prelim, we nearly lost. I remember him just being so damaging too. So there's so many moments I think I'll look back on and just go, wow, what a special player. And there'll be some highlights packages we'll watch and go, geez, this guy was like a generational player. And he's going to go down as one of the greats of, if not, I've got him in my top 3 of Adelaide all-time greats.
Yeah, he has to be in that equation, no question about it. You went to the announcement today. Tell us about that, the emotions of it. I saw his dad, his mum, his Nana and Pop, his family, and everyone was there. It looked quite emotional, Rory.
Oh, it's always emotional, and that's what I was so proud of him. Like, he it's one of those decisions. It's so hard to come to that point. Like, you almost want someone else to make it for you and go, hey, mate, just you're done, move on. But he had to come to that, or he wanted to come to that decision himself. And as he said, he's left a little bit in the tank, but that's the way he wants to go out. And to be able to go out on your own terms like that, I think that's a great result for him. But, yeah, it was emotional. He got the red rash on the neck whenever he feels a little bit uncomfortable. He's always got this towel and he gets his little red rash around the neck, and that was certainly beaming today. So he doesn't like the spotlight on him. But it's a great moment to have, and I'm sure in a couple of weeks' time, the Giants game will certainly, all his fans and the greater Adelaide Football Club and all its supporters will certainly get to thank him and celebrate him for the champion he is.
We'll see.
Yeah, absolute. On field, the champion, the captain, and the like, and we see him off field now, and the maturity, like you said, has grown. But he's now a parent. Now, how's he started? Because let's face it, the young fella barracks for Collingwood. What's going on there? Is he having a rough start in his parenting as well as his footy career? What's going on?
He'll get him back.
We'll get. These are just little phases kids go through, right? So I've been working hard on the sidelines as well to get Louis Walker back. But it's tough when Nick Dacos is in your corner, isn't it? The influence he has, and the love we all have for Nick. So pretty special when you think about it. It's like one of the all-time greats of the game. And then one of the younger greats, who's going to be probably one of the greatest of all time in our game now, in Nick Dacos. They've got a great relationship. That's a bond through Texas Children. So
yeah, amazing.
It's pretty cool. But
I'm only joking, obviously.
He's going to enjoy some family time. I think that's what he deserves to do. There's a big 8 weeks coming up, right? So huge for the footy club. And in the scheme of things, it's going to be unbelievable, sort of 8 weeks of football. But then after that, I think Tex should take some time and just enjoy retirement because he's worked incredibly hard.
God, I'd love it to be 8 weeks too. This could be just the little fillip for this team to galvanise and go. He was a great teammate, dad, friend and footballer. Thanks for sharing, Rory.
No worries, Rowey and Timmy. Let's hope the Crows can pull one out this weekend and take the game on.
Yeah, let's hope they do. From one champ to another, Rory Sloane, our guest.
We'll take your calls after the 4:30 headlines.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the news headlines. The Premier has AI in his sights, announcing a royal commission into artificial intelligence. Politicians are back in Canberra after a 5-week break. One of our new pandas is celebrating a birthday. And in sport, Tex Walker is preparing to say goodbye to footy at the end of the season after today's retirement announcement. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Afternoon at Urbray. Breakdown at the bottom of the freeway, Glen Osmond Road. Mawson Lakes roads are closed due to flooding. Port Wakefield Road near the Salisbury Highway and the Dry Creek ramp. That'll be very slow this hour, though. And in Parracombe Road, closed due to fallen rocks at Gorge Road at Corkscrew Road. Busy South Road, Edward Sound slow. The Britannia roundabout at Rose Park with a camera. Press Road at Brooklyn Park. Viva Value at Oporto. Buy a $20 whole chicken and get 2 free large chips. Available in-store or on the OTR app Mondays and Tuesdays only. Hurry. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, showers tonight down to 9, showers increasing tomorrow 17. Right now it's 13 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
These smart glasses, I actually cannot believe these have been allowed. I don't know why there hasn't been intervention prior to them.
Isn't this the age-old lesson that the march of technology is faster than the march of the legislation?
We have known for years that these things were coming.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee.
Now that they're here and creeps are sitting at playgrounds wearing glasses, I go, oh, should we do something about that?
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, the Lynn Andrews team have made it easy for landlords to manage residential and commercial property. From single homes to multiple commercial holdings, our passion for property investment means we have a great deal of knowledge. How to do it safely and properly, matching the right tenant with the right property every time. We're here to help you visit lynandrews.com.au.
Automasters is proud to announce the opening of our 100th branch, and we're celebrating with a $100,000 giveaway. Service your car at Automasters before September 30 and you're automatically in the draw. 100 winners, $1,000 each. Automasters $100,000 giveaway. Book online or call 1300 Automasters. See website for terms and conditions. SA licence T261278.
You can feel the difference.
South Australia is big, it's wild, and it's closer than what you think. This winter, get out and explore our own backyard with special seasonal rates from Avis Truck Rental Adelaide.
Got to taste them this weekend. Matt runs the depot at Avis Truck Rental Adelaide, avis.com.au. They're on Port Road. I rang Matthew at 11 o'clock Saturday. I said, Jimmy needs one of those little removal trucks. He picked that up at 12:05. We finished at 5, put the key back in the lockbox, parked the truck on the side of the road, filled it up, and I got the FIVEAA winter special. Which was special mates rate. So
well done.
He does it with everyone. It's just it's unbelievable.
Now, this winter, the rates apply to four-wheel drives, vans, dual cab 4x4 utes, the lockable canopies and roof racks available, even 12-seaters.
How good.
Now, whether you're heading to the coast, the wine regions, the Flinders, or maybe it's just a weekend interstate at the footy, Matt's got you covered with a vehicle for any adventure.
Or you're moving your house into a little unit, whatever you need to do. Avis Truck Rental Adelaide, trust your cobber, mate. He's actually everyone's cobber. For a bloke that supports Essendon, you'd think he'd be down on his chops, but he's still up. No, but he's still up. He is still up. Just ask for the FIVEAA winter special. Call 8241 5200. That's 8241 5200. He'll be on the line now. Or jump online at avis.com.au.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. The Excelsior Hotel has had a makeover. New kitchen, a brand new menu, a fresh new gaming room, plus all-day dining from 12. Come home to something new. Gamble responsibly.
There's a difference between being served and being helped. Often at a big hardware franchise, you're just being served. At Mowers Plus Salisbury, we're here to help. We ask the right questions, then we can help you pick what works from a huge range of brush cutters, blowers, ride-on mowers, chainsaws and so much more. Decades of know-how and a workshop that keeps everything you own running like new. Google Mowers Plus Salisbury and trust your garden to us.
Cup of tea, dear? The kettle's on. Would you like a cup of tea, love?
Cup of tea, dear. What?
If you're concerned about hearing loss for a loved one, book an appointment with Can Do Hearing. candohearing.com.au. That sounds better.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sports Show.
It's 23 minutes to 5. Max Michaelani to join us very soon from the Crows, and Phil Harper, former GM there at Adelaide, as we reflect on a great career from Tex Walker. And later on in the program, Jake Weatherald, Australian Test opener, and he's back with us here in South Australia. It's Thursday, the return of Test cricket for our Australians, and Campo's coming up as well in Coach's Corner with your calls on 8223 0000.
Yeah, Taylor Walker, a great player, a better bloke. We're getting a lot of them come through. Hello, Leith.
Hello, boys. Thanks, Tuggers, for saying hello. No, that was you, Rowey. But anyway, no.
Jeez. Good. Please.
I'm going well. Where Taylor Walker stood up for me was in 2015 when, unfortunately, we lost Phil Walsh. And Tex was captain that year. Now, he was pretty young. He's 24 or 5, and he's leading one of the biggest clubs in Australia. Now, I don't know how many 24 or 5-year-olds, but most of them are silly as a wheel. But he was just brilliant. He galvanised that club, that team, and just proved himself to be an incredible leader and and showed that he was a very good human being.
Yeah, well said, Leith. Two-time AFLPA captain. He was captain for 4 years of the AFL. That's in the high regard they dealt him. Phil arrived at the club and he straight away after a month said, "No, that's my captain." 1 out, 9 back, and everyone went, Yeah, I reckon you're right. And he did not let him down. Leith, thank you. Hello, John.
Hey, fellas, how you going? Just a couple of things. Taylor Walker, we're gonna miss the lad. His skills on both sides of his body, absolutely sublime.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I better go inside because the dogs are going nuts.
Yeah.
Why don't you do it, Barnaby Joyce? And
Sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to miss the big fella, and I can't wait to the GWS game. But anyway, Saturday night, again, Matthew with a well-worn, we'll learn from that, except the coach doesn't for the 100th time. Ball movement on that game was nothing short of embarrassing. For a list that should be in the conversation for a top 4, we've had opportunities to close that and have failed continually. If the culmination of 7 years of planning, game style and ball movement is what we saw on Saturday night, it's been a complete failure. We've seen these failures before many times, and I can't see that changing come finals, Rowey. We know what's happening, and that I think even if we get a final home, we're going to struggle to win. I'm sorry, I can't see it.
Be positive, John. I've got hope. But you're right, their ball movement from half back, the way they crab sideways and they let the opposition set up behind them rather than getting at them. Now, I know Camper's going to come in. You can't go Formula Run down the corridor all the time. You can't. But you can do it a lot more times than what we're doing it. And when there is an opportunity to do it, and pick people at the back that can take those kicks and make those plays. And we've got half-forward flankers that can get all the way down back and then they can run it. Get that extra handball in, just to overlap. The more times you can get it inside 50 quick one-on-one, the more goals you're going to get. Would you just say that as a thing for the Crows?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, have a look at that talented front six, but you're crabbing it along the sideways. Anyway, they'll work it out. Let's hope they do, because D-Day's coming. Hello, Paul.
G'day, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, what a career Tex has had, because I watched the whole thing from the day one, really, and he's just been amazing. And, I'd like to get in first here. Ring up the North Adelaide Roosters Footy Club, please. You'll get in straight away next season. You'll be captain, probably coach. We need help.
Oh, Paul, yeah, the Roosters weren't good. Josh will turn that around. It's about talent. I'd love... Look, there's no such thing as fairy tales in football. Not many get to live one out.
No.
But I'd just love them to get it together for him and win a flag. Could he be the thing that could galvanise that? Just, I don't know. Fellas, we've got nothing to lose. Well, you have got a lot to lose. You can go out in straight sets again. Fellas, let's just go. Let's just, I don't know, sometimes you just need it's not got a circuit breaker. I don't know even the words I'm trying to look for. When you just get that, the motivator, let's do it for Tex. Not that you do, and I know that. I mean, I can just hear Bix now. You do it for yourself, you do it for your team, you don't do it for one person. But sometimes you just need that little bit of motivation.
I think moments like this, sometimes it's a bit of a sugar hit, but you can't rely on it. It goes back to what we talk about with Brisbane.
All of those.
The subconscious play.
Subconscious play.
And
didn't they turn it on the weekend?
And they were disappointing the week before, and we're not doing that again.
But they've got an on-off switch. They demoralised Hawthorn.
Yep.
Hawthorn to third.
Yeah.
Made them look second rate.
So it gives you a very good indication.
Yeah.
But that's like I said, you get a sugar hit out of something like this, and
that's true.
And the emotion is great. But
it's got to be deeper.
But you've got to go deeper, because it's a big game, isn't it? It's a 2-hour game.
Oh, God.
And you've got to keep that happening in the subconscious that whole time.
Friday night, Freo over there. Could we do it?
It's going to be a massive result.
That could be the lift they need, this win.
Yeah, well, they haven't beaten Freo over at Perth Stadium. So the Crows haven't got a great record, but this could be the one. And as you say, that's a great source of inspiration. We'll chat to Phil Harper on the other side of this break on the show. Get involved and keep your calls coming. 8223 0000. Nurse Next Door home care services, from companionship to 24/7 nursing. Stay in your own home on your terms. nursenextdoor.com.au. We're checking traffic.
Afternoon at Urbray, a breakdown at the bottom of the freeway, Glen Osmond Road. Mawson Lakes roads are closed due to flooding. Port Wakefield Road of the Salisbury Highway area. Very slow for the drive home. Paracope Road closes there due to Fallen Rocks, Gorge Road and Corkscrew Road, and quite busy for the drive Brighton Road, Glenelg East. Canberra tonight, Days Road at Ferryden Park. Webjet's 28th birthday sale is on now. Save on select Aussie packages, including flights, plus a 5-night stay. Book now at webjet.com.au. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
For over 50 years, Gliderol has been manufacturing and installing garage doors for South Australian homes. Spring is almost here, so why not improve the street appeal and value of your most prized possession? Order a new Gliderol door with operator before the end of September and you'll receive 2 extra handsets. Plus, we'll remove your existing door for free. Call Gliderol for a free measure and quote on 1300 799 144 or go to gliderol.com.au. Retail customers only, T's and C's apply.
At ACET Transport Solutions, it's never just about moving packages from A to B. It's also about moving communities forward, like supporting over 25 local sporting clubs, being a partner of the Breakthrough Mental Health Research Foundation, and a whole lot more. Next time you need something delivered, don't just send it, ACE it. Because when you ACE it, you're choosing to support your community, your clubs, and the future of mental health research. Find out more at acetransport.au.
Somewhere on your roof, there's a solar system that was supposed to be saving your business money. The question is it still doing that? Now, solar systems degrade. It's like anything. As we get older, we degrade. Inverters fail quietly, monitoring gets ignored, and the gap between what your system promised and what it actually is delivering can be quite significant. And almost invisible, unless someone has a look, Stephen.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's NRG. I think you and I are inverters. I might need them to have a look at me. NRG Solar offer performance assessments, repairs, upgrades, maintenance to commercial solar systems right across SA. They work with businesses who inherited systems when they bought a premise, businesses whose savings, well, they've quite shrunk, and businesses who simply haven't had their system looked at in years.
That's what it's about. It's about having a look and see what it's generating. A commercial solar review costs you nothing compared to what a failing system is already costing you. Find out where you actually stand. The best thing you can do right now is visit nrgsolar.com.au and book a commercial solar review today.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here on 7 News. Chaos on the roads, collisions and cars washed away after Adelaide's freak storms. An urgent bird flu warning to Adelaide pet owners, and Tex calls time. We look back at his remarkable career.
Want to get out on the water? The Yamaha Pitman's Marine Mega Sale is happening now. Prices slashed on Yamaha outboards. Every model from the portable 2.5 right up to the mighty 450. Or jump on a Yamaha Wave Runner. Free coffee and free sausage sizzle till 4 p.m. Saturday 15th. 7 days of mega savings means you hit the water with the best for less. Only at Yamaha Pitman's Marine, August 10 to 15th. It's time to go mega.
Hey, it's Jordan Dawson here, captain of the Adelaide Football Club. You wouldn't change your team, so why change your neighbourhood? If your home's seen better days, Sterling Homes can knock it down and build you something that suits your life today. Subdivide and sell one, keep both, or just start fresh on your block. Sterling Homes are the knockdown, rebuild specialists. Same location, brand new home. To find out more, talk to Sterling Homes today.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
And to my beautiful kids, you are my greatest adventure. I've always thought the job of a parent was to teach you all the right values, but in fact, you three have taught me more than you ever know. Mum and I can't wait for you to chase your dreams list just like I have done for the last 20 years. You are always and will be the greatest gift, and I love you to the moon and back a million times over.
Big day for Tex Walker. Boy, time flashes fast, though, now, doesn't it?
He's a dad of 3.
That's right. 12 minutes to 5.
God. Crow's great, Taylor Walker. He's retired at season ends. Let's hope it is a grand final. I'd love it to be that. Joining us, well, a fella that's been at the club since he arrived as a young, skinny, well, what would you call him, a scallywag?
Scallywag.
Well, I remember back at it, Nord. Yeah,
definitely.
Loved it. Phil Harper joins us. Phil, welcome.
Hello, boys. How are you going? Scallywag's a very good description.
Yeah, and it's a term of infection because it not infection.
Oh, that's nasty.
Not infection.
Jeez.
Let's hope you've got something to clear that up.
But tell us about those early days. Drafted pick 75 in 07.
Yeah, well, it was interesting. With Taylor back then, there was a New South Wales scholarship that they came up with on that year to try and get more kids out of New South Wales. And I remember James Fantasia talking about it and saying they're going to actually let Broken Hill in as New South Wales because that's where it is, but and he didn't think they would. So he spoke to a guy called Darren Denneman who used to run the New South Wales talent, and Darren came up with 4 or 5 names, and one of them was Taylor Walker from Broken Hill, and I think it was Mark Ross who was in our recruiting team then.
Rossi.
Got sent over to Griffith in New South Wales and watched a carnival and came back and said, this Walker kid, he can really play. And I do remember saying to him, that's not Wacky Walker's son, is it? And they go, yeah, no, that's him. And I said, oh, okay, so what does he play in the mid? Because, well, let's describe Wacky. He was a big-bodied mid when he was playing up there in Broken Hill. I think he won 4 male medals and was tough as and would get it 40 times a game. They said, no, he's a key forward and kicks goals. Oh, okay. And then, obviously, at the end of that year, I think he kicked 7 in the grand final in the seniors, and he lived to tell the story because I thought, geez, if there's a 17-year-old kicking 7 in the grand final in Broken Hill, he's done well to stay out of the road of a few of the guys that were up there. But, yeah, like he's come a long, long way. And it's been 20 years. It's been a long time, but he's come a long, long way as a person. And yeah, what a great role model he's been in the end.
Did you see his leadership traits even back then? I mean, he has a charisma about him. He people gravitate to him because of his warmth. But did you see the leadership?
I probably didn't. The person who saw the leadership in him was Phil Walsh. When Phil came in straight away, he said, I want to make this bloke captain. People love him. Everyone follows him. And he'll lead them. And all we got to do is help him lead them down the right path. And it's going to help our footy club. So, hats off to Walshy for seeing that because, what endured over the next few years was probably a pretty difficult time to be a leader. And I thought he handled it as well as anybody could throughout that period. So, but, did I see that leadership? No, look, I think back then when he first came in 2007, I was heading up the commercial team, which included media and that. And I still remember a story from back there. He played for us for quite a few games, and he got dropped to Norwood. And he played all right on the Friday night, and then his mates were playing at Footy Park on the Saturday, so he headed to Footy Park with a couple of other mates. There was a country carnival on, and he got photographed sitting there drinking beers in the stands at Footy Park, and all hell broke loose. And as you can imagine, Rowey, Craigie was less than impressed. But that was Taylor. That's what he would have done in Broken Hill. I played Friday night. I'll have a couple of beers with my mates on Saturday and cheer my mates on because that's what you do. So he just had to adjust a bit that the Broken Hill Bulldogs, North Broken Hill Bulldogs, were probably a little bit different than the Adelaide Crows.
A lot, I would say, Phil, having been up there and had a good time in Broken Hill myself. I reckon that was one of the things I think that probably people took to him. In a land where AFL was becoming incredibly professional, you had this guy that was a larrikin. He was just a larrikin that looked like, he was a country footballer type attitude that I reckon people warmed to. I reckon straight away it was like, yeah. And as
Absolutely.
much as we all know that Craigie was upset, but I reckon everybody sort of went, well, he's still a lad.
Well, that was exactly right. And in the end, I said, well, let's just tell the truth here. He played on Friday night. He was out supporting his mates. No, it wasn't a good look to sit there in the stands drinking beer while your teammates are playing elsewhere in Melbourne or wherever we were at the time. But in the end, he was trying to support his mates. He was trying to do the right thing. It wasn't a sinister thing to say, this is what you get for dropping me. It was definitely nothing like that. So, no, he's made some good decisions over his career. I mean, one of them he spoke about today was because Alan Stewart was at our club from 2004, and he went to Stewie and said, look, I'd like you to mentor me and help me get better in the footy. And Stewie said, well, I'm happy to do it, but you're probably not going to like some of the stuff that you hear. And he said, no, I'm a big boy. I'll be able to handle it. And he has. And, and Stewie's given him obviously a lot of positive feedback and the negative feedback, which has helped make him a better player. But, so there was things like that when we first came. And I must admit, I love it at the moment when I see his kids in the change rooms after a game, because back when he first started, the McLeod and Edwards kids were running rampant through our change rooms after a game, and that's the sign of a good footy club, and I love seeing his kids in there now. It's as though we wound the clock back 20 years to when all those kids are in there.
Yeah, one of them's got a Collingwood jumper on, but Phil.
Yeah, well, that's disappointment, but at least he's still in there having a crack.
Let's talk about his footy ability. He's as good a kick on both sides. If you landed from the moon and watched him play, you wouldn't know if he was a left or right foot. His footy IQ, people talk about that. You could explain that better. He was so unselfish. I mean, he still is. He's still got 8 games or 8 weeks to go with a bit of luck, but always happy to bring his teammate into the game. That's a rare quality, Phil.
Yeah, look, it's a great trait, and I think everyone remembers the run in a final down the MCG wing, and then everyone thought he was kicking it to Josh Jenkins, who was one-on-one in the goal square, but out of the corner of his eye, he spotted Charlie Cameron.
Unbelievable.
30 metres out from goal straight in front and nailed the kick to him. But he can do that on left or right, and that's a very handy asset to have, to be able to kick the ball 50 metres left or right. And he's always looking to find someone in a better position than him to kick the goal. So, no, he's been a great character, and he'll continue to be a great character. I don't know what his plans are for the future. I know in the near future his plans to win as many games as possible, because the only way he can not go out a loser is to go all the way. So I know that'll be his plan, but he's going to he'll fall on his feet somewhere, because he's prepared to work hard and he's prepared to take feedback, even from Alan Stewart, and he'll do well.
Yeah. Well, we naturally think it'd be the media. God, if they tapped on my boss's door, he'd be sitting in my seat tomorrow. He'd be doing it as good as any. But coaching, would that interest him, do you think?
I think so.
He's a leader, but was he a coach? Like, you know how you can just tell the teammates you play with that he's going to make a coach.
Well, you have to. When you watch him play at the moment, he's forever leading that forward line and telling people where to go and how to do it and what to do. And then you see as they walk into the huddles at quarter and three-quarter time, he's got his arm around one of the younger guys and talking to them. So, look, he certainly could do that. I mean, in the media, he always says what he thinks. So, they might have to have a couple of lawyers involved to help him out in case he says something not quite right. But, look, people love him because he's that old school footy rascal that we all seem to love, back in the old days. Maybe it's the oldies that love him and the youngies not so much. I don't know.
No, well done. Before we let you go, can they go deep, the Crows? You happy with what they're doing? You see the game as good as any.
He's working
feelers?
hard on the AFLW, getting the girls ready for the start of the season this week.
No, look, as long as you're playing your best at the right time of the year. Now, if you watched our boys play last weekend, you'd say, oh, well, they're not playing anywhere near their best. But, that can change around in a couple of weeks. So, with the talent we've got in our side, we've got some super players in there.
Yes.
Isaac Rankin's game last week.
Wasn't it good?
Oh, wowee. And if we can get them all going well at the right time, yes, I think we can go deep, but only time will tell.
Well done, Phil. Thanks for sharing.
No worries, boys. Good to speak to you. Bye.
See you, Harps.
Phil Harper there. Been with the club a long time.
He certainly has. Came over years ago to play with Woodville.
He did.
And that ended up being the connection then.
He was the CEO at Woodville, I reckon.
Ended up getting into the Adelaide Crows, but I follow this thing. It follows sample seasons from the past, and it's 1983 this year.
Yeah.
And he kicked four goal this week. I wonder if he remembers it. Back in August and against Port Adelaide, 4 goals.
Jeez.
Not a bad performance, Phil. Well done.
All right, time for a break. 5 o'clock news is coming up. Max Michaelani joining us on the other side.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Hey, I'm James, Claims Manager at Allianz. This isn't always the call you want to make, but when you do, you'll reach our team who know exactly what to do next. That's why we're trusted by over 4.5 million Aussies.
Allianz.
Hi, Matthew Pantelis here. Missed my show? Well, catch up by listening to the Evenings with Matthew Pantelis podcast on the 5AA Player app.
Getting closer to retirement made me start paying attention to my super. When ads popped up offering a free super review, I clicked. Lucky I stopped there and checked. Turns out my industry super fund was doing exactly what I needed. Strong long-term returns, someone genuinely keeping an eye on it. Stop, check, keep your super in safe hands.
General advice only. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance. Consider the fund's PDS and whether the product is right for you.
Without doubt, the biggest contributor by far to the swear jar at Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens is David Cox himself. Now, Coxie swears that you can rely on the integrity and expertise of his dedicated team for your kitchen or bathroom renovation.
Well, a new contributor to the swear jar is Mark the Tiler. Now, Mark swears to greet you with a smile and to be millimetre perfect with every single tile.
Now, Renette is a designer of 20 years with Buy Urban and swears to listen to your ideas and help create a functional space just for you. And Rick the plumber, well, he swears to be on time and clean up after himself.
He's
How
a
good
ripper.
is a plumber?
He's a ripper. So for a team that swears to deliver on quality service and time, see Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens, Adelaide Home Reno experts.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. The Excelsior Hotel has had a makeover. New kitchen, a brand new menu, a fresh new gaming room, plus all-day dining from 12. Come home to something new. Gamble responsibly.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Showers tonight down to 9. Showers increasing tomorrow 17. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Sportal, South Australian sports hardware and software for elite and community clubs.
The Premier has AI in his sights. Peter Malinauskas announcing a significant step today in better understanding and utilising artificial intelligence.
We will have a Royal Commission into the way that AI operates in our society in South Australia, the policy framework we will utilise to make sure we realise the opportunities. Thinking through what we do in schools, thinking what we do in labour market reform, thinking what we do about delivery of government services.
The state opposition says there's no denying artificial intelligence is shaping our future and governments need to be prepared for it, but they've questioned the $3 million price tag the Commission carries. Politicians are back in Canberra after a 5-week break as the government hopes to get key legislation passed. More from Michael Packey.
The Prime Minister has flagged a deal has been reached with the opposition to pass Labor's push to rein in the cost of the National Disability Insurance Scheme. The parties are also trying to reach a compromise on gambling reform and a proposed levy on tech companies to help fund local journalism. Both Labor and the Coalition have taken a hit in the latest news poll as One Nation continues to eat into their vote. Anthony Albanese maintains the minor party does not have realistic solutions.
We choose outcomes over outrage.
Opposition leader Angus Taylor says he's not losing sleep over the polls.
At the end of the day, the poll that matters is the one that happens on election day.
The survey also shows the Greens have improved their position with a primary vote of 14%, just 4 points shy of the Coalition.
Air Services Australia has apologised for major flight delays at Sydney Airport in recent days, blaming a shortage of air traffic controllers. It follows a near miss on Sunday when a Jetstar flight was forced to slam its brakes to avoid hitting a Qatar plane which was being towed. 2 airport workers have been stood down pending an investigation. Air Services Rob Sharp admits the agency has failed to meet passenger expectations, but says it takes safety seriously.
We're very sorry for those delays because we know how much it impacts on the travelling public and their travel plans. But I do want to assure the public that safety is not compromised.
First it was Harvest Rock, now another local music event is pressing pause. The Laneway Festival will skip Adelaide in 2027. The festival has been held here every year since 2008, bar one. And Rod Stewart has become a grandfather for the 6th time. His daughter Ruby welcoming a second son, Levi. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
From Broken Hill to West Lakes, there's been plenty of reflection today on the rise of Taylor Walker as the Crows legend announces this season will be his last. The 36-year-old says it's been a tough decision to hang up the boots.
I grew up barracking for the Adelaide Footy Club. It was my dream. I had Crows posters all through my room as a little kid. That's all I've known. So it was incredibly hard to come to that decision, but I sit here a little bit relieved, but happy, excited, mixed emotions that, it'll be my last year.
5AA listeners are having their say on today's announcement.
Yeah, what a career Tex has had, because I watched the whole thing from the day one, really, and he's just been amazing.
Where Taylor Walker stood up for me was in 2015 when, unfortunately, we lost Phil Walsh. Tex was captain that year. Now, he was pretty young. He was just brilliant. He galvanised that club, that team, and just proved himself to be an incredible leader.
Sydney Swan Jesse Detoli is the AFL Rising Star nominee for round 22. He's been rewarded for his breakout game against Port Adelaide. Jake Kolodjasny was absent from Geelong training today in the wake of the concussion waiver scandal. Geelong board members met this morning. And Australian Test opener Jake Weatherald admits he's under pressure to score runs in this week's first test against Bangladesh in Darwin. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Afternoon at Bedford Park. Look out for debris on the road for the drive home. The Southern Expressway in Mowrin Road speeds at 60. Mawson Lakes roads are still closed due to flooding. Port Wakefield Road in the Salisbury Highway intersection. That'll be very slow tonight. And Port Adelaide road closure following a structure fire. Ocean Steamers Road at Eastern Parade. Busy right now. South Road, Edwardstown. Slow. The Britannia roundabout at Rose Park with a camera. Press Road at Brooklyn Park. More value, less fuel. BYD C-Line 8 Super Hybrid 56,990 drive away with 3 on-road costs for a limited time. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA weather.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Showers tonight down to 9, showers increasing tomorrow 17. Wednesday, showers easing 15, then a shower or two and 17 on Thursday. Right now it's 13 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, a legend of our game calls time. Tex Walker's emotional announcement. We look back on the career of a kid from Broken Hill who dreamed of being a Crow. The clean-up after record-breaking rain. Jessica Braithwaite with the huge tallies and what's still coming. And Port rules out an Adelaide Oval swan song for Zach Butters. 9 News. Your news. Night at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Sliding doors and windows, they've got one job, to slide open and close with ease. But what happens when they don't? Well, then you call our friends at Rollerco. Rollerco has parts for just about every sliding door and window ever made. Their range is enormous, way more than you'll find anywhere else. They can even give you advice on how to fix it yourself with minimal fuss. Do what I did. Call into Shop 3, 26 Jacobson Crescent at Holden Hill, or visit the website rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling.
Your NDIS funding could be doing more. Just Therapy helps participants get greater value, more regular support, and more from their NDIS plan. They'll match you with a quality therapy assistant to help work towards your therapy goals, or a mentor to build skills, confidence, and independence. There's less waiting, straightforward support, and real people you can contact when you need them. Just Therapy. Your success is our goal. justtherapy.com.au.
For seafood that looks and tastes like it came out of the ocean this morning, go to McGill's Fresh Seafood, because chances are it did. Find McGill's Fresh Seafood at the top of McGill Road in the McGill Village Shopping Centre. Owner Andy is originally from Port Lincoln with over 40 years of experience in the fishing and seafood retail industry. Fresh seafood bought daily from local suppliers, sourcing Australia-wide, then processed on site. Expect the best at McGill's Fresh Seafood. Bought today, sold today.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, Max Michelani following the announcement of Taylor Walker's retirement. We jump into Coach's Corner at 5:30 with Campo, plus Jake Weatherald as our Aussies prepare for Test cricket in Darwin this Thursday, and your calls, our Monday footy review.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
And get involved in the show. 8 minutes after 5 on this Monday, 8223 0000. Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the goal square built with Sterling Homes.
Well, the Crows won a tough contest with Richmond by 9 points, commonly called Timmy, an ugly win. Joining us is our gun defender, Max Michelani. Max, welcome.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me back on.
Good man. Now, Max, let's start with the great man Tex. 20 years, one of our great leaders. His record speaks for itself. He's a great teammate. Were you at the presser? And just a couple of fond words about the big fella.
Yeah, it was an emotional day today down at the footy club to see, one of our greats say he's going to retire at the end of the year. And I've been egging him on to hopefully play one more year, but he made the right decision by him and his family to call it quits. And, he's going to be remembered forever as one of the all-time greats of the Adelaide Crows. He's a superstar both on and off the field.
Well, you're a defender, so you didn't have much, time with him, obviously being a forward, but what he does he has genuine care and empathy and time for everyone. He welcomes everyone. I loved his speech. He said, I cherish each and every player I played with over that journey. He's just a unique animal, isn't he?
Yeah, you're right, Rowey. You know him well as well. He's a superstar. Even though he played up forward, he still saw the game so well. So he would always come to me and things that I can improve on, which was always great. And then what he did for people off the field, a little story about me last year when I was injured. I mentioned to him in the gym that I was studying construction management at uni, and he was able to link me up within, the next couple of days with Sarah Constructions here in Adelaide and got me some work experience. So, that's just a short story of what he does for other people. And, there's probably 45 other blokes on the list that can all say a similar story. But he's always been unselfish. And, that's one thing I love about the Big Texan.
A good question here from our listener. Is an ugly win against a bottom team better than an honourable loss against a top team? That's a good question, Max.
Wait, sorry, could you repeat that again? Sorry.
So an ugly win against a bottom team, is that better than an honourable loss against a top team?
No, I think winning's always the goal, and losing's always a loss. So we always, no matter who we play against, we always go out to win. And if you talk about the result, I think the result was good on the weekend. We got the win, although probably what you're alluding to is probably the process probably wasn't quite there, which was disappointing, but upon review, there's all very, very easy fixes that we're hoping to amend by this Friday when we play FIVEAA, who's going to be a very good side. Yeah, we can't wait. We'll get to that. The learnings, we had the coach again, Matty Nick, say, we'll learn from that. What are the learnings? Sometimes it's just doing a little bit less, which sounds stupid, but I think going out there, especially in the first quarter, we all wanted to be the main man, all wanted to have the ball in our hands and, impact the game, which is obviously a positive thing. But sometimes when there's, three people trying to go for the same footy, it's pretty detrimental. So sometimes it's just trying to make your teammate great. It's not always about you and, prioritising your teammates first and foremost. Yeah, that's a good point. I think, you can get a bit eager as a team where you're all like bees to honey, in you go, and the method around the contest isn't quite there. I'm more interested in you being back there, the ball movement, and what's the instruction, and when can you go, and when can you go straight back at the oppo? Do you naturally just crib wide? Can you play more through the corridor and play with a bit more speed? You're down back. What's the instruction? Yeah, it's something that we've been working on a lot, throughout the whole year. It's probably not been to the level that we could have quite liked, but we've been working really hard with our backs coach, Jack Holmes, and a lot of it's about our running patterns off the ball, making space for one another rather than all trying to get drawn to that footy, as you said before. So, it's stuff that we're still working on, and we've still got some really good talent to come back in. Hopefully Wayne Malera comes back, and he'll make that a lot easier with his silky ball use. But again, it's just around making your teammate great, and sometimes doing stuff that you might not benefit from, but your teammate will.
Hey Max, just on the Tex Walker stuff, how many pre-seasons have you done, Max, so far?
I'm up to my fourth now, so it's hard to believe that he got through 19, but the big fella did. Do you have 15 in you, mate? Well, I hope so. I'll see how the body holds up. You've got to be a professional like the big fella Taylor. But, I'll see how I go. That first quarter was probably the driest of the game, conditions-wise, but yet everybody seemed to sort of battle to score. What do you think that was down to? I thought the pressure was actually on. Richmond brought the pressure. They brought the hunt, which was challenging, especially in the first quarter. It's a tough one, but again, I think we shot ourselves in the foot a little bit with execution as well. So when you're not executing and we're not helping each other become great, it's obviously a lot harder to score. That third term, they were starting to get in control. They kicked 2-3 to 1 point
I reckon, round about the halfway mark. And then there was just a couple of, probably the Archie sandwich, I call it, the Archie goal on the run. Your entry into 50, which was front and centre by Rankin, was unbelievable. And then Archie finished it off with a set shot late from a free kick. So that actually got you guys into three-quarter time in a much better shape.
Yeah, it did. It was really pleasing to see Archie step up in a big way and, I guess, shift momentum for us. So he was a great addition, and he's been playing some really good footy this year. And unfortunately, it's been a little bit interrupted with injuries, but to see him back on the park playing some really consistent, strong footy is, it's really pleasing, especially leading into finals.
When we spoke to Nathan Van Berlo, I said you'd had that loss, and I said, is it harder to implement the learnings, as you call them, when you're coming up against an Essendon who were, down at the bottom and Richmond, and is it harder to get those learnings to happen against sides that aren't at the level that you're going to be playing against in the next few weeks?
I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, we're still playing AFL footy, and no matter who we come up against, there's some really, really high-end talent. So I don't think that's the case, but obviously it's going to be a completely different challenge going over to Fremantle this week. But I think we're up for it. We're all excited. There's a good feeling amongst the group at the moment, and we think we're going to walk away with the 4 points come Friday.
Oh, I hope we're right. Maxie boy, Isaac Rankin, best game as a midfielder?
Yeah, no, that was very, very pleasing. I think I saw somewhere that it was the highest ranked game of all time by an Adelaide Crows. So, that's super exciting. I think everyone knows how good of a talent Ranks has been, and for that to click on the weekend, especially when we needed it most in conditions that were quite, hard to play in. So he made it look easy, and that just speaks to the volumes of player that he is.
Oh, just so clean, bit like yourself, Max. And your skipper again. Gee, when you want someone to lead from the front, I saw he was the +1 behind the ball. Then he can go forward. He took that mark in the second quarter, which was just so important. He's so versatile. Good skippers play well and turn up when you need them, and that's what he does, Max.
Yeah, does he ever? He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, wherever the team needs him, whether that be on ball for a contest, up forward for a goal, or down back. His calm presence is really contagious. And when you run out alongside him, you really stand taller. So I love playing alongside Dorse, and I love the way he goes about his footy.
Yeah. Your coach, Matty Nicks, he didn't make a threat after the game with selection, but he did hint that there will be a few changes and a few shocks. The good thing is that you've got some depth there, and you've got some options, Max, which puts the heat on the players to perform.
Yeah, does it ever? It's a sign of a really strong list when we've got a lot of people who are putting their hand up to play each and every week. We've had a few boys come into the back line the last couple of weeks who've performed really, really strongly. So it makes it a little bit difficult in the selection table, I guess. So I'm pretty grateful that I'm not a coach. But at the same time, we're really excited to have a few boys that are, coming back from injury and getting ready to play some finals footy as well. So, it'll be interesting to see what the coaches do, but, we're all ready for it.
Good man. Fremantle and Perth, they're off a loss. They did a bit of a rest with their skipper as well. They'll be reeling. They'll want to get their form together come finals, a bit like us. Friday night, you're back on Broadway, big stage. It'll take your absolute best for 4 quarters, Max, saying the obvious.
Yeah, will it ever? I think we know what we're up against when we're going over there. They beat us earlier in the year, and we're looking to amend that loss. So, as I said earlier, we're confident, and we think we're going to get it done, and we have the personnel to get it done. And it's just about going out there and making sure we perform at the level. What's
the system now, Max? It's a Friday night game. When do you get to Perth? Do you go a bit earlier?
Yeah, the WA trips are the only trips that we head over a little bit earlier. So we'll have our main training tomorrow, and then on Wednesday we'll head over 2 days before the game. So that gets us acclimatised to, the time zone difference, and it's obviously a little bit longer of a flight. So give the body a bit of a rest over there, and we'll be ready to go.
How are you motoring, Max? You're right? You're on top of the ground, no resty for you?
Nah, hopefully not. So body's feeling really good, and I'm excited for this back half of the season.
Yeah, well done. Well, a big challenge this week. D-Day's coming, which is finals. I know we've been pushing toward that. Finish as high as you can up the ladder. Love how you go about it, Max. Keep it up, and thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me back on.
Great work. Max Michaelini there for the Crows.
Of course, all thanks to Sterling Homes. Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, build with Sterling Homes. Port fans,
'Cause I'm Timmy G.
let's get along to Saturday night footy in the best seats in Adelaide Oval. Of course, you take on the Melbourne Demons. And if you want 5AA locker room tickets for you and a friend, 8223 0055, play the quiz. We will do that straight after we check traffic. Nurse Next Door Home Care Services, from companionship to 24/7 nursing. Stay in your own home on your terms. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Afternoon, Bedford Park, debris on the road to look out for today. The Southern Expressway in Mount Road speeds at 60. Paracombe Road closure due to fallen rocks. Gorge Road at Corkscrew Road and Mawson Lakes Roads are closed due to flooding. Port Wakefield Road at the Salisbury Highway. That will be busy for the drive home. Slow going right now. Brighton Road, Glenelg East with the camera. Eastern Road, Happy Valley. What's saucy, cheesy and baked to perfection? Faster pastas, pasta bakes and selected pizzas. All at one grade, $23.90 price and with free garlic bread. Only at Faster Pasta. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
You turn on the hot water tap and wait. A few seconds pass. The water is still cold. And you think, come on, please, not today. If your hot water service is living on borrowed time, so are your showers. Retire your old hot water service before it catches you out. Speak with the gas shop today about a new Rinnai continuous flow hot water system at an unbeatable price. The gas shop has fitters ready to install right now. Visit thegasshop.com.au.
Our last lottery sold out 4 weeks early. And right now, tickets for the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery are over 60% sold. Get your tickets now. Win the $4 million Scott Salisbury home in Somerton Park. A single-level sensation with room to move and space to flourish. Our last lottery sold out early and tickets are already over 60% sold. Get yours now. homelottery.com.au. Licence M15011.
If you've been thinking about a new kitchen, but not sure where to start at Dream Doors Kitchens Adelaide. They do more than kitchen facelifts. They design and build complete kitchens and custom joinery tailored to your home and your budget. From wardrobes to laundries, vanities to full kitchen renovations, their in-house designers guide you every step of the way. Family owned and trusted across SA. Start with Dream Doors Kitchens Adelaide. Visit dreamdoorskitchens.com.au.
Now, nobody chooses to have a car accident. That is fact. But before one happens, it's worth knowing what your insurance policy actually says.
It is a good little message. Does it give you freedom of choice to choose your own repairer? That's a good question. Is your car covered for agreed value or market value? And if it gets written off, what amount are you insured for? I know where this is going. The 3 Ps, Pro Paint and Panel, 3 Ps.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, they're the kind of questions that most people only ask normally after the damage is already done.
Too late, fat lady. Singing. Pro Paint and Panel can help you understand your policy and talk you through what it means before you're stuck making decisions under pressure. They're helping you out here, Pro Paint and Panel. I love the boys, Con and Tom. They're rippers.
Absolute rippers. Now, if you do need repairs, they can organise a tow truck if required, help with the insurance paperwork and repair your car to a high standard, not just a good price.
How good's that? Car accident, remember the 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. That's Pro Paint and Panel, South Road, Hindmarsh.
I nearly fell for an ad telling me that there was a quicker way to get ahead with my super. I'm glad I stopped, checked, and kept my super in safe hands with my industry super fund.
General advice only. Consider the fund's PDS and whether the product is right for you.
If you're after legendary reliability and safety, get a Toyota forklift. Yep, Toyota is still the world's #1 forklift brand, famous across just about every industry for their reliability and safety. That's the Toyota Forklift Advantage. And with great electric options and branches all over the country, find the right Toyota forklift for you at toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 23 minutes after 5. Campo will join us in the studio at 5:30 for Coach's Corner. We want to give you a chance to win tickets, though. Timmy G! The 5AA locker room, Timmy.
Yeah, certainly Port Adelaide taking on Melbourne. And this Saturday, last home game for Port Adelaide. And it's going to be at Adelaide Oval, 7:40 p.m. But to get there, you got to answer this question. Michael from Croydon, welcome.
Thank you, boys.
Okay, Michael, how many disposals did Jack Watts have for Port Adelaide in his first game for the club?
13.
Thank you, Michael. Let's go to Darren. Darren, nearest the pin.
G'day, boys.
Without going
How
over.
are you?
Good, my friend. What Jack Watts, how many disposals did he have in his first game for Port Adelaide?
Let's go 20.
Thank you, Darren. Let's go, Craig.
I'll go for 15.
15. Thanks, Craig.
Ooh.
Let's go, Mike.
Yeah, Timmy, let's go 6.
6 for Mike. And Joe, what number?
I reckon 12.
12.
Actually,
yep.
20, sorry, 20.
I've got 20.
Had that.
All right, 19.
19. Thanks, Joe. All righty. Had 3 guesses there. All right. How many disposals did Jack Watts have for Port Adelaide in his first game for the club to win the tickets to the 5AA locker room? Nearest the pin without going over. Darren, spot on. 20, my friend. Well done.
Wow, thanks very much. What a guess.
What a guess. Exactly. Congratulations, mate. You've been in the 5AA locker room before?
Not for a couple of years.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what.
And look forward to it for the last game of the round, game of the year, last home game.
Got to be happy with that, my friend. Enjoy. You'll get the halftime villies. You get the pre-game dinner box. You get a 5-hour beverage package. Oh, what a night. Well done, Darren. Cheers, mate.
Sounds good. Thanks, boys.
Good on you,
See you,
Darren.
mate. And
Great
if you
song,
want
that.
tickets, portadelaidefc.com.au.
Oh, what a night.
Yeah,
Now, who was that?
Well, there you go.
That's it. Great song.
Yeah.
Jersey Boys are
Frankie
Sullivan,
Valley
by
and
the way.
yeah.
God, he was
on
good.
4
Frankie.
seasons.
Is he still with us, Frankie?
I think he is, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, he'd be 90, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I'd be up there.
Have you seen Jersey Boys?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh,
I went
God, it was good.
I went to the theatre.
Thank you. Hey, you whopping great big thespian. I'm talking about Frankie. Hello, Frankie.
Hey, good afternoon, boys. Welcome back to me.
Thanks, Frank.
Rowey, I just want to go through Texas career highlights. Everybody's calling him a legend, so he must have a pretty good CV. I just want to know how many premierships, club best and fairest, Coleman medals, all Australians he's got.
Oh, well, Frank, don't knock a bloke. He's 7-time leading goal kicker. He's won many a game off his own boot. He's played over 300 games and 700 goals, twice AFLPA
If he's an AFL legend, like people are saying, he must have a pretty good CV.
Well, I think he is a legend of my club. And why are you knocking him, Frank?
No, I just wanted to go through the CV with you.
Well, I just given it to you. Frank, you sour sap, if you don't think he's a legend of my club, probably a top 5. Someone got him top 3, just
not in the
behind.
AFL, though. Maybe the Crows, but not the AFL.
Well, what's your knock, Frank?
No, I'm just...
You're just being a sour sap. The lad's been around for 19 years. He's had a wonderful career. I think he's a legend.
Averaged 2.2 goals a game as a key forward, no common medals, no club best and fairest, 1 All-Australian, no premierships. That's hardly a legend.
Well, I think he is. And Frank...
Barry Hall, 1 premiership, 8 times leading goal kicker, 4 All-Australians, 1 best and fairest, and that's Barry Hall.
I'd pick Tex over Barry Hall. I'd pick Tex over Barry Hall all day, every day.
Well, I think Barry Hall's got a better CV by looking at that.
Well, I'd pick Tex all day. Frank, I'd pick Tex all day, every day over him.
That's probably a biased comment because you're a Crow supporter.
Well, what's your knock on him, Frank?
Oh,
You're just a sour sap, mate. Who are you barrack for, Frank?
I'm a Port Adelaide supporter.
Yeah, exactly. Good on you, Frank. You've had your say. Nick off. Right, but fancy being a sour sap, you'd rain on someone's parade on their retirement day.
Yeah, look, the term...
You got no class, Frank. You're a classless piece of shit.
Terminology, no, don't say that.
What did I say?
You attack the man. What does the boss say to you?
He attacked Tex.
Yeah, you know what?
But what a sour sap. You piece of...
stay
Hello,
up.
Patrick.
Stay up.
G'day, guys. How are you?
Yeah, Patrick.
Was I right what I said about that bloke that just hung up, Patrick?
Oh,
I won't comment on that, but I was just calling up. I've been a Crows fan my whole life, and haven't really been old enough to watch the Crows without Tex. So yeah, I probably the first time I've really felt compelled to call your show and just offer like that. He's one of the purest footballers I've ever watched in my life. I think him and Eddie Betts are probably the two that come to mind. Just both sides of the body.
Yeah.
Growing up watching that, I feel incredibly privileged to have watched that, and and just inspired you as a young footballer, wanting to kick both sides of the body, kick goals from 50 and whatnot. But just wanted to offer that.
Yeah, lovely, Patrick. Well said. Talking about champion, I get who was that idiot that rung before? Frank. I get where he's coming from. If you just want to look at the CV, and we do use the word champion probably too much. But he's a champion teammate, a champion bloke. He's a champion of our foot. I mean,
some things aren't measured by those awards, are they?
Well, who would you pick? Barry Hall or Tex Walker?
Oh, gee whiz.
Well, that was the analogy, mate. Two very good players.
I didn't realise Barry's record, to tell you the truth. I didn't realise that. I'd be very concerned.
I know
if I was coaching Barry, what would happen next?
Yeah, no. But I do get where Frank's from. Premierships do elevate. And so they damn well should. And playing good finals does elevate. There's no question about that.
We probably put a lot more on All-Australian now than what we ever did because All-Australians weren't picked once upon a time unless there was a carnival.
That's it.
So I sort of understand that
Fair enough.
analogy as well. But, if you said, do I want Taylor Walker in my team? I did, because I had him against me. I didn't like it.
Is he a future Hall of Famer? Does his CV stack up for Taylor Walker?
I think it does. Well, he's played over 300 games, 700 goals.
I mean, there's only 28 players that have ever kicked 700 goals or more. So it's pretty rare air.
Yeah. Hello, Scott.
Yeah, hello there. How you going, mate?
Good, Scott.
I agree. Yeah, Frank, why ring up and say that right now anyway? Like, it's not a comparison game.
Well, he's classless, Frank, but that's what people like him are like. Lacks class.
Well, I was going to say he's probably one of the Port supporters who Phil Walsh game who booed Taylor Walker when he was getting the trophy that day, which was the worst thing. I won't go on about that. Anyway, I just want to talk about Tex quickly. I can remember being at Adelaide Oval when he was playing for Norwood. In what you'd probably know exactly when, Rowey, because you're a Norwood man, but around 2005, and he was only 16, and Norwood were in a prelim final. It was the old Adelaide Oval, and I was with my mate behind the goals, and he kicked a goal from inside the goal square. And I remember saying to my mate, Jesus, who's that? Who's that kid? And he goes, oh, his name's Taylor Walker. And I said, where's he from? The wicked if the Crows could get him. And he goes, oh, no, we've already got him. So he came to the Crows as a bloody... he got on the list early, as far as I can remember. And then he got, obviously, 2008, he had his debut. It was goals and that. Not many. I don't know if it's 2013. Remember that?
Yeah, I do, Scott. Sorry, your phone was just breaking out. I wanted to get what you said.
Scott, it was 2008.
It was too.
Because he was playing that final against Port Adelaide.
He got drafted in 07. A lot of texts coming through. ... And Rowey, you have class. I don't sit here professing to have class. I am what I am. I say what I say, and I shoot from the hip, and I am emotional with a lot of comments. But fancy a bloke ringing today on this day to do it. You're 15, Frank, and no, I am.
Hey.
Hang on, I can
start attacking me.
Well, yeah, you're 15. They're the facts.
Yeah, that's the facts. I don't go into your facts, do I? We never finished 18th, have we?
Your supporter, Frank, rang up on today. I mean, that's just classes. And I've never sit in here on a high perch saying I've got class. Whoopsie-doo.
Yeah, wasn't good darts.
Right, time for the 5:30 headlines. Campo to split up the two of you after this.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the news headlines. The Liberals say we need to be prepared for AI, but they've questioned the $3 million price tag for the state government's Royal Commission. The RBA has met today on interest rates ahead of tomorrow's decision. 2 workers have been stood down as investigations begin into how 2 planes nearly collided at Sydney Airport yesterday. And in sports, St Kilda's Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller has been ruled out for the rest of the home and away season with a moderate hamstring strain. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Evening there at Mawson Lakes. Roads are closed due to flooding. Port Wakefield Road of the Salisbury Highway and the Dry Creek Ramp area. Port Adelaide Road closure following a structure fire. Ocean Steamers Road at Eastern Parade. And in Parracombe due to fallen rocks. Gorge Road closed at Corkscrew Road. Getting busy at the moment. Main North Road at Enfield getting slow. Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North of the camera. Sheoak Road at Belair. It's time to complete your census. Complete online, by paper or with help from census staff. In the census, every answer matters. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, showers tonight down to 9, showers increasing tomorrow 17. Right now it's 13 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Real Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA breakfast.
The weather. I was at a hockey match yesterday that was called off because of lightning. The Flinders Rangers. I'm not sure if anyone is still able to listen to us out that way at the moment, but some remarkable pictures in the Ties this morning of just floodwaters ripping through and creating rivers and lakes.
Real Goodings with Stacey Lee.
It felt like there was a new lake in the parklands driving in this morning down Glen Osmond Road. I thought, oh, that's new. They've built some new water features.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Looking for exceptional value on a new Kia? This August, receive $1,000 cashback on the award-winning Kia K4 in hatch or sedan. Or step into the Kia Tasman pickup, SX or SX Plus and enjoy $2,000 cashback on Kia's toughest dude ever. Available only at participating dealers on in-stock new and demo 2025 build vehicles purchased and delivered before August 31. Redeemable as price reduction only. Not available to fleet, government or rental buyers with other offers. Offer may be varied or extended. Full T's and C's at kia.com/au.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Maybe you're not winning a sprint anytime soon, but you're not old. Try experienced. That's more like it. You've lived, you've experimented with things, so now you know what you like. With Support at Home by Rest Haven, we help with that. From jobs around the home to nursing and clinical care. We've been around for over 90 years, so we know how you can stay living your way in your home. Experience counts. Find out more at resthaven.asn.au.
They live in filth, bins and excrement. They carry disease and they want to suck your blood. Flies and mosquitoes. Oh, that's no way to live. And it doesn't have to be. With Phantom retractable screens. Up to 9 metres wide, they can screen almost anything. Protect your family with Phantom retractable screens. phantomscreens.com.au.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Bob Jane T-Mart's Epic Drive Sale now on. With thousands of tyres and wheels discounted. Get a massive 35% off selected Pirelli tyres. Buy 3, get 1 free on selected Bridgestone, Yokohama, Hankook, J-Trax or Kumho tyres. Plus up to $200 instant cashback on selected tyres. No one beats our best tyre price guarantee. At Bob Jane T-Mart's, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Introducing Marook, the latest masterpiece from Selector Homes. This stunning 2-storey pole frame home features 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, offering open and spacious living areas. Marook is perfect for riverfront, seaside and hillside properties. Enjoy the decking beneath the main roof, ideal for outdoor relaxation. Selector Homes embrace innovation, utilising the latest building materials. Visit selectorhomes.com.au or visit their display centre at Burton.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
I walk away with gratitude. I'm proud of what we've shared together over the last 19 years. And while my playing career is coming to an end, I'll always be grateful that the kid from Broken Hill got the chance to live out a dream as a Crow. Thank you. Forever a Crow.
Yes, a great message at his press conference earlier today. It's 23 minutes to 6. Somebody that knew him very, very well and got to be coaching him throughout some of his prime years joins us in studio.
On the 5AA Sports Show, this is Coach's Corner with Scott Camporeale. Thanks to unique homestyle foods, trusted by South Australian businesses for over 35 years. See the difference.
Well, he certainly retires a champion of our club. Campo, welcome.
Thank you,
Not
Rowey.
my
Timmy,
club.
good to see you back.
Yeah.
Good to see you, mate.
No, he absolutely is a champion, both on and off the field. And I think that's one of the things that when you have good people in your footy club, they can be great players. And I've played with great players, but are not necessarily great people off the field because they want to be insular, they do their own thing, and that's fine. But Tex was the opposite. He galvanised the group. He didn't matter where you were from. You know, you think of Jacob, his old mate, you know, that had Down syndrome, that Craigie brought him into the footy club. Like that friendship, if you haven't seen it, you would have seen it on the socials and stuff. But when you see it firsthand, that's just not made up. Like Tex is a genuine. He's done a mountain of work with Jacob, and Jacob will miss him. Like it's an amazing friendship those two have got and that have had over the journey. But yeah, that just true testament to what he is. And as one thing about coaching, I think I said this before, Rowey, when you coach, and you guys have coached, when you see them come in at a young age and then they develop into, you know, young men, then they get a partner, then they get married, and then they become fathers, you see the progression of what they are. Yeah.
You saw it all. You just mentioned about he's going to miss him. Jacob's going to miss him.
Yeah.
Will he miss him? Will the club put him on in a role? Because it seems to me like he's got he sees the game well and all the rest of it. Whether that's straight into some sort of coaching role or not, but just to be at the club, could it be something?
What a mentor he'd be.
Correct.
Well, you look at those young forwards that they've still got there. I mean, Ludovic is just starting out. You got Marsh that they drafted last year. So I think, you know, even what Max was saying, you know, it doesn't, just because you don't play at the back end of the ground, Max was right. He always gave great feedback to Cole Hardy and Daniel Talia at training around, you know, what he did or how to handle this positioning or, you know, body work and those sort of things. So when you play 300 games of AFL footy, not just footy, and you've got a smart footy brain, there's a lot of IQ that can go out of the door. So why wouldn't he be some sort of role, development, craft, you know, something in that? No, I'm sure he's I know Tex is very well set up off field, and I would imagine he'll sort of dabble in the media with Triple M and do those sort of things. And he's calling footy already, special comments, and he'll have plenty of options, I would have thought.
I would have thought they would come flooding through his door. I'm struggling to sit here and think of a better two-sided player of his size. So we're talking about an old-fashioned centre-half forward, okay? Well, he plays midpoint sometimes out of the cage, but he's an old-fashioned centre-half forward. I'm struggling to find anybody that was equally as good on both sides.
Is that, I heard a rumour, again, when I was going through the mini tape about him and going, geez, this bloke can play, and I want to pick him up in the mini draft, you know. I heard a rumour that he grew a bit later and that's why he's very good on both sides, because he was more like midfield side, if you like, and then he became very good on both sides, and then of course he grew later in life, and he was still, you know, had developed that both sides of his body, which perhaps a bigger bloke doesn't when they're always big.
God, he was skinny when he came over. I remember him out at Nord. His mullet was bigger than his body.
He was. But yeah, I mean, he's been an unbelievable player. And what people forget, and you sort of touched on it, Rowey, but we talk about the 700 goals. Like, he would have given off 700 or 800 as well on the flip side. So,
so
I remember,
unselfish.
you know, Greg Williams, who was a bit the same. Greg Williams, there's a famous one that he said, he goes, he only kicked, you know, 250 goals. He goes, yeah, but I gave off 1,000.
Yeah, but it
It's true. Like, but it's fact. True. That's not, you know, that's not, you know, tongue in cheek. That's actually fact.
A goal assist stat for him today would be phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, it would be. Yeah.
Well, you would be able to get Texas goal assists. So if those who don't know what that is, you're the last person to touch the ball. You pass to a bloke
I'll see if I can dig it up before Friday night.
I'd love to get that.
Yeah.
So he's kicked 700. He might have 700 goal assists.
That's a big
That's
day out.
why we should have invaded the pitch, because he actually has got 1,000. Talk about the game. We had a great question on the text line. Would you rather win ugly against a bottom team or lose to a top team in a honourable loss?
Well, if you're asking if a coach's hat on, win.
Of course, always. Well, I know the answer, but let's dissect that.
Yeah.
We played the 17th team and dished that up.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't great. I was watching it, and geez, the first quarter was a rough quarter to watch. I mean, I heard Max the interview, and he said, Richmond's pressure, but what Adelaide have done with their pressure, and I had a look, they were 152, 159, quarter one, quarter two. So that
it did look like a high pressure game at the game.
It was
I'm telling you,
awful. And they had 17 tackles in a half. That's not the Crows that we like.
No.
And that was when you were away, Timmy. We spoke to Rob around what's the expectation. You had Essendon and Richmond. And for me, we called Rowey and I. You weren't there. We were calling the Essendon game, and it was about finals types habits.
Yeah,
you can't just switch on and off like in this modern day game because the opposition, when you play against the better teams, you can't just go, I'm just going to ramp it up to this level. It doesn't quite work that way. Especially as a collective, you might be able to do one or two, but the collective is very difficult. So that was probably the disappointing thing for me is that first half, they got it going in the second half. They had about 50 tackles in the second half, and they were able to sort of, get through it at the end. But, geez, there wasn't much in it in the end. I mean, if Richmond had kicked just a little bit straighter, I mean, they had more scoring shots.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't mind Nixie's presser.
Okay.
Just put a few on notice because I reckon there is a few on notice. So I had a bit of a look. So in those games, who were the top-rated game? I was at ranking out of the park. Like that was
best game he's played as a midfielder.
There was 44 other blokes out there playing with a wet ball. He played with a dry one. Like he was unbelievable.
Very good.
Him, I thought Dawson was great. I delved into Riley O'Brien. Like this conversation about him and Lockie McAndrew is quite an interesting one. Now, I think the game suited Rob, no question, and I think his opponent suited Rob.
Yep.
Well, Rob was he was the third rated player for Crows on the day, which you can't do much more than that.
No.
So I had a look at his numbers. He had 35 hit-outs, 13 hits to advantage, so he connected. So the raw number is one thing, but he was able to connect. They kicked 2 goals, 3 out of stoppage. The only issue, which is his issue, why Lockie McAndrew's in there, is the centre bounce. Yeah. So it was 4-10 with his hit-outs at centre bounce. But they were still able to win clearance at ground level. So sometimes you can get caught up in, if we win the tap, we're going to get an advantage
He gets
versus what's happening at ground level because the boys at ground level are just a little bit more balanced in terms of getting on the tear than what they would be, perhaps if Lockie's in there trying to hit it forward or trying to be a bit cute. So it's going to be an interesting match.
Well, I
think he'll come.
He'll come out and McAndrew will come back in.
Yeah,
that's right.
But then you had Berry and Neil Bullen were your top 5 rated players according to champion data, so not ranking points on the other stuff. So who do you reckon the bottom 5 were?
Oh,
and there's one exception here because he's a young player and he's only in his second game, and so let's take him out.
Well, Ludovic, you can't.
I'm not. That's fine.
Well, just share with us.
So Keys, Curtin, Rochelle and Peatling. So I wonder, when I was listening to it with Manny Nix, is that just a little pointed one to go, geez, just put a few... Now, they're all players. I think they will all play. But don't flirt with your form. Don't flirt with your form coming into September. They should have been on the rivet the other night heading into this game because Freo will bounce back. I watched that game. I don't know if you watched the Freo Melbourne game. That was the game. That was the game of the year.
Both kicked over 100 points. And they didn't have Pearce, their best player, the rest of him.
And
their captain,
Justin Longmuir would not want that shootout game again.
No.
So if Adelaide think they're going to try and, like you are calling for, zipping around with ball movement, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the challenge heading over there.
Okay, I want to put this to you. So the Crows at selection bring back Berry, Tech bring back Peatling. I said that to you. We were in and doing the show together. They bring him in, and Saligo gets rested. Okay, Saligo had a lot of centre bounce work the week before, and Dan Curtin certainly played majority of the game in the centre square. So the first bounce, Dan Curtin's in the middle. I go, that's great. Then on the wing was Peatling, and I thought, oh, hello. And who was on the bench? Berry. Now people say to me, it doesn't matter, you're on the bench or on the sick. No, when you're no, he's been centre bounce, started the game for 17 of the 19 games. This is Berry. He is their first choice midfielder with Dawson, if you look at the numbers. So the ball goes out the outer side wing. There's a boundary throw in. Dan Curtin gets his feet. Dan Curtin gets his feet in reverse like a boundary umpire, running backwards, out onto the wing and Peatling goes to the inside as an inside midfielder. So Peatling jumped Saligo, Berry and Dan Curtin for that role. And I'm thinking to myself, what in God's name are they doing? Now, Dan Curtin didn't play as a midfielder. He played as a wingman.
Yep.
He was not a midfielder. So you wasted a game with him doing that role against Essendon because you haven't backed him in. You clearly rate Peatling, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he turns the ball over. What are they doing, Campo?
Yeah, I thought it was odd. It was the one that I was interested in watching the game about how that mix was going to work with the amount of guys going.
My pre-game, that's exactly what I said. And guess what happened? The exact opposite.
Yeah, and I did.
The exact opposite.
I did have a giggle once I watched it. And I knew you were on air, so I didn't text it, but I was saying to my boys in Melbourne, I go, Rowey will be losing his marbles.
But maybe I'm wrong. How's this? Dan Curtin is as good a wingman as in the league.
Yeah.
He's D50, F50. He can, God, he plays that wing well. So if he does, stick to it.
Yeah.
And find someone else that can do that role. Don't gin around, we're going to play, but piss off.
Yeah, well, I think ultimately they still wanted to give him
that? Sorry, but I get emotional about Sam. Did you let...
What are you apologising for? Just don't do it.
We're playing for keeps, Campo.
Yeah.
We've got 2 weeks to get this team ready for finals, and they're doing that.
Yeah, well, I think part of it is too, they want to have a look at what that centre bounce mix looks like. So they gave him the centre bounces, so that gives him... But as you know, Timmy,
he had a couple of very good clean centre bounce clearances.
You need to get him into a rhythm because it's different from going outside to in, and no different than going inside to out. And we said that last week when we were on air.
You did.
But ultimately, I think they'll have that up their sleeve. I can't see him doing that this week against FIVEAA. I think he'll go back to the wing.
He has to. Well, they've made that decision. They've done that by selection and by what we saw on the weekend. Campo, great analysis. Thanks for that. We're going to talk about Port Adelaide after the break. They're 15th.
All thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods. Let's check. You are on one today, Rowey.
No
You
spoons.
really
No spoons.
Nurse next
Did
door.
you see Timmy's
home
face?
care
No
services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing, stay in your own home on your terms. nursenextdoor.com.au.
Evening there at Mawson Lakes. Roads are closed due to flooding. Port Wakefield Road of the Salisbury Highway and the Dry Creek Ramp area. Port Adelaide Road closure following a structure fire. Ocean Steamers Road at Eastern Parade, and at Parracombe due to fallen rocks. Gorge Road closed at Corkscrew Road. Getting busy at the moment. Main North Road at Enfield getting slow. Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North of the camera. Sheoak Road at Belair. It's time to complete your census. Complete online, by paper, or with help from census staff. In the census, every answer matters. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Hi, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. The government's cheaper home battery program is still going, offering you significant savings for a battery storage system for your home or business. That's real savings back in your pocket. Discounts reduce over time, so the message is simple. The sooner you act, the better. Get in touch with SA's trusted team at NRG Solar. Visit nrgsolar.com.au and take control of your energy bills. NRG Solar, leading solar in SA.
Looking for your perfect home? At Rossdale Homes, we can make it happen. Explore our huge range of house and land packages today at rossdalehomes.com.au. With a variety of designs, locations and prices to suit every budget, your new home is just a click away. Got your own home design in mind? No problem. We'll customise a package just for you, backed by our fixed price guarantee. Rossdale Homes, your local SA builder. Because trust is a must.
With Big Difference Home Improvements, you can make a big difference to your next family gathering, your next Christmas lunch, or your next quiet time. Just you, a nice book, favourite bevy, and a place to relax. Big Difference Home Improvements make all the difference when it comes to outdoor blinds and roller shutters, verandas, pergolas, carports, or a stunning timber deck. Ask the Big D team for a free measure and quote today. Don't just make a difference, make a big difference. Visit bigdifference.com.au.
Health isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. And that's hard to do when discomfort gets in the way. Because when you feel good, you don't slow down. You keep going. Feel Good massage chairs provide a deep tissue massage, targeting pressure points from head to toe.
Relieve muscle pain and stress without waiting for an appointment. Feel the difference with a feel-good massage chair. Visit their head office showroom on Port Road or at Marion.
At Holistic Care SA, we're focused on capacity building, not just care. We help people with disability gain the support, skills and confidence for independent living. Whether it's creating a resume, catching a bus to the footy or learning to cook independently in your home or in one of ours, Holistic Care SA makes those milestones happen. For a friendly chat about supported independent living, visit holisticcaresa.com.au because everyone deserves the chance to become who they're meant to be.
There are many reasons why Steinborner Automotive is well worth the trip, with over 400 cars in stock across 10 yards in Gawler, Barossa and Clare, including SA's best range of certified used vehicles, from passenger cars to SUVs and commercial vehicles, plus a huge range of ex-factory demo Ford, Mitsubishi, Hyundai and Mazda, along with outstanding service from our award-winning staff. You know it's well worth the trip to Steinborner Automotive. View our whole range at steinborner.com.au.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
No, Hornet's okay. He's all right. Hyperextended the knee and it obviously looked a lot worse on TV and we all got a little bit worried about it, but he's looking okay. So from all the testing, it looks fine. For the rest of the group, there's not a lot to bring up from underneath. We should get a few back from injury and obviously sickness next week, 3 or 4, so that helps.
Yeah, it wasn't a great day. Josh Carr on Port Adelaide and Jason Horne-Francis.
Yes, Campo, their worst day of the season, a 97-point flogging. The second and last quarters were just steamrolled. I think it was 9 goal in the second and clicked over 10. I must admit I faded out a bit myself towards the end, but it was a good old-fashioned beating up. And look, we knew that the lineup wasn't going to be great and the like. Could we hang on? But they just weren't up to it.
Well, they hung on for a quarter again, which was pretty good. I mean, like ultimately, that's what happens. I think that's what happens with the top teams and the bottom teams. Everyone comes out and the pressure's high and all that, but whether you can sustain it, that's the, and then skill level comes into it, and then experience comes into it. Yeah. And unfortunately, once the pressure dropped, Sydney's better players, they were better skilled, better drilled, and then the difference is the difference.
The thing I was getting upset about was I'll accept guys that are in their first couple of seasons or whatever, missing a target, perhaps, not quite getting the defensive thing right on the light. But some of the things that are upsetting me are missed tackles. They have gone through the roof in the last few weeks. There's no doubt about that in my mind. But I'm also disappointed in our senior players doing it. Turning the ball over and missed tackles. That really gets to me.
Yeah, well, missed tackles is a huge one. It doesn't matter what team you are. Missed tackles, because the speed of the game, if you miss that first one, most teams press. That means that next person has to come up. So that causes the overlap. So you need to impact that contest, otherwise you're in massive trouble. And that's been a bit of a theme throughout the year. We've, a couple of times come in, 19, missed tackles, 13 missed tackles and some of that. So, I mean, that's just a challenge. And that can be a little bit technique, but it's also intent as well.
Stoppage was a real problem as well.
Yeah.
They just kept kicking goals from stoppages. It was, I said, stop it.
Yeah.
It's killing me.
Well, when they kick 70 points from stoppage, where normally the average is about 35, so double that, and then score from turnovers about 50, they gave up 96 in there. So that was probably, the one thing that you've been able to hang the hat on this year is defensively, but it's a weighted numbers thing, Timmy.
The damn wall's broken. You've got 11 first-choice players out.
But 15-6 from stoppage is a big number. I think that's the most by any team in 10 years, I think.
Oh, great. Excellent.
Just pluck that one out.
Good for them. Good for them.
Here's a little haymaker
you didn't
for you,
finish
Timmy.
18th, though. I did like that one.
Which one?
When you clipped him before.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't finished 18th, though.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
You have to have some defensive mechanism.
COVID year doesn't count.
Like that.
Ask Goody if he agrees with that.
Oh,
he won the flag.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
That's a soft grand final.
That was Richmond.
No, they ran.
That was Richmond.
Was it
Richmond in 20.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
21
was.
That's
Yeah,
right.
It still was a COVID ground, though.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
just an asterisk.
Where'd they win that? They beat Geelong in Brisbane.
That was Gabba.
Oh, that was
2021.
Gabba, then Perth.
Yeah, it was the Bulldogs, Melbourne, wasn't it?
Yeah, soft flag. Soft flag.
Soft flag.
I'd still take it.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll take one of those without a doubt. And from here, Port, obviously we'll finish off this season. You know, we got Melbourne and then the Bombers to finish off, and we're going to do it with a very thin list as such. What's the couple of things you would say to the group to work on over pre-season? What are the things that we saw early on, a very good defensive structure, and we're able to hold that for a certain amount of time? Dan Wall has busted, but what other things could Port improve on?
Well, I always thought, Timmy, the offense part of the game is probably the easiest part to coach because most of the young guys that come through, they've been quite offensive in their build-up. So defensive principles are always harder to connect. So, but if they can keep their defensive profile the same and a little bit better, and that's obviously when you get talent back as well, that helps. But they're probably 2 goals off where they need to be. So one offensively. So that's the work on, and that comes down to system, but it also comes down to fundamentals. So kicking the ball and making sure that you kick it into the path, not behind. You know, those basic things are repetition. I remember when Don Pike came in, it was quite funny because I reckon we were about 16th or 17th from kicking. Like, even though we were a good offensive team, our kicking. Where he started, I thought he was taking the mickey out of us because he's like, we're going to do lane work kicking. I go, what do you mean we're doing lane work kicking? Because I used to do all the training. He goes, we're doing lane work here. And it was literally just making sure that you had good touch and feel on the ball, and then you ramped up the speed, then you ramped it up with someone behind you, and it was just a build of those sort of things. We ended up becoming a really good kicking team in that 2017.
Absolutely.
And it was more based around just going back to the fundamentals of the game rather than actually trying to, teach the system but not have the fundamentals behind it.
The skill to do it.
Yeah. So it's sometimes you've got to take half a step back for that to go forward.
It's funny you say that because Brad Ebert told me a story very similar that when Worsfold took over at West Coast, he did a very similar thing. He said, our basic skills aren't good enough, so we're not going to worry about this, that and the other. We're just going to get our basic skills right. Maybe it come from there.
Quite possibly, yeah. We would have been, been around that sort of era as well. But look, fundamentals are the biggest thing in the game, aren't they? And there's one thing about fundamentals, but then there's one thing about fundamentals under pressure. That's the difference. That's the gap that you got to get to.
Thanks for that,
great work,
Coach Campo.
Campo nails it every Monday night. Thanks for joining us in the studio. All thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, proudly baking for South Australian businesses large and small for over 35 years. Hustlers in the baking industry. Visit uniquehomestylefoods.com.au. Next, incredibly, in August, we're talking Test cricket next. It starts on Thursday in the top end with Jake Weatherald.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Up-to-the-minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
A shower or two tonight, down to 9. Showers increasing tomorrow, 17. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Sportal, South Australian sports hardware and software for elite and community clubs.
There's been a serious car rollover at Malang. Emergency services were called to Finnis Malang Road, just west of the township, shortly before 4:30 this afternoon. The driver has sustained serious injuries and been taken to hospital. Investigations into the cause of the crash are ongoing. The Premier has announced a royal commission into artificial intelligence. It comes after a trip to the United States where he met with AI companies, industry leaders and experts about its emergence. Peter Malinauskas says AI is upon us and creeping into everyday life, in many cases unregulated.
Or we can choose to set the agenda. We can choose to set the guardrails and the policy frameworks to ensure that we use AI in a way that puts people first, rather than people finding their world changing around them without their interests being heard.
The Reserve Bank Board met today to discuss its next interest rate move. Most economists believe rates will remain on hold at 4.35%. Westpac is the latest major lender to report a drop in the number of mortgage applications. Opposition leader Angus Taylor says the government's budget measures are sapping confidence.
Whatever the decision is tomorrow, interest rates are too high for hard-working Australians, and we see people with a mortgage paying over $30,000 more than they were before Labor came to power. Interest rates are too high, and that's because inflation is too high.
Sydney Airport passengers are being assured air traffic controller staffing challenges will be improved by next month. Hundreds of flights were delayed Friday and Saturday after air services staff called in sick. Yesterday, a Jetstar plane almost hit a Qatar plane being towed on the runway. Federal Transport Minister Catherine King is pleased to see more staff being hired.
The fact that we've got 91 new air traffic controllers in the system, 95 coming on board this year, really aggressively recruiting and retaining staff as well.
One of our giant pandas is celebrating a birthday today. Yilan is 5 and has been showered with presents, her favourite foods, and had plenty of pampering at the zoo. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Goal Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
Tex Walker says the decision to call time on his footy career was made less than a week ago. The Crow realised the time was right at 3 a.m. last Wednesday morning and woke his wife to tell her. He'll finish up at the end of the season. Tex says he'd love to leave with a win on the last Saturday in September, but that's not the be-all and end-all.
I'd love a premiership. I'd love a medallion around my neck. However, I think it's about the way we do it. And if we can look each other in the eye at the end of whenever we finish and say that we had a crack and we had a swing at trying to win the premiership, then I'll be fully content.
Coach Matthew Nix says he'll be missed.
I learnt so much from this guy about resilience, about passion, about energy, hard work. You know, you don't get to the level that he's got to by accident.
Geelong is preparing a response for the AFL over that secret concussion waiver signed by one of its players. The Cats have been asked to explain the waiver, which saw the player take on legal responsibility for future brain trauma. St Kilda's Nasiah Wanganeen-Millerer has been ruled out for the rest of the home and away season with a moderate hamstring strain. And public consultation has opened on the long-term redevelopment of the MCG. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Nurse Next Door Home Care Services. From companionship to 24/7 nursing. nursenextdoor.com.au.
At Mawson Lakes, road to close due to flooding. Port Wakefield Road of the Salisbury Highway intersection. That'll be very slow for the drive home tonight. We're sluggish at the moment at Penfield for works. Womma Road near Argent Road. Quite busy Anzac Highway at the South Road intersection heading out of town. And got cameras today. Commercial Road, Port Adelaide and Days Road, Ferreton Park. Power up Android at Telstra. Discover great deals on the latest Android phones on Australia's best mobile network. Visit Telstra today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Showers tonight down to 9, showers increasing tomorrow 17. Wednesday showers easing 15, Thursday a shower or two 17. Right now it's 13 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, Crow star Taylor Walker's emotional decision to call time on his career. His family now his focus. The clean-up continues after record-breaking rain. And how you can get a better deal on your home loan. Don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 now as soon as you're home.
We've all had it happen, even I have. I'm talking about that sliding patio door or window that you have to wrestle with to open and close. Luckily, Rollerco were able to get the parts I needed to fix it, and if I can do it, you can do it. For over 40 years, Rollerco have been making, fixing and supplying parts for all sorts of sliding doors and windows. Do what I did. Call into Shop 3, 26 Jacobson Crescent at Holden Hill, or visit the website rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to not deal with organising all the trades? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? To the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers. Plus, we can manage the installation and all sub-trades at a fixed price. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
Look at your hands. 5 digits, 14 joints, 27 bones, multiple tendons and nerves, but a lot can go wrong. If you're experiencing hand pain, it can drastically affect your lifestyle. If it's happening to you, get in touch with GRIP, a specialised hand and wrist practice with a team of highly qualified hand surgeons and therapists. From therapy to surgery, GRIP can help you get to the source of the pain and provide a solution. Visit gripsurgery.com.au.
Honey, have you seen my shirt?
It's on the ironing board. Kids, charge your phones, please.
This everyday slice of life is powered by Solar Power Direct, providing solar and home battery storage to families all over South Australia. With Solar Power Direct, life goes on. Visit South Australia's largest renewable energy showroom at 314 Torrens Road, Croydon Park. solarpowerdirect.com.au.
Thinking about downsizing? Discover over 50s lifestyle living at Northern Community Residential Village in Penfield. New homes are now selling from just $500,000 with no stamp duty, no council rates and no exit fees. It's a smart financial move. Northern Community Residential Village offers secure, low-maintenance living in a friendly community of like-minded over 50s. Embrace your next chapter in style and comfort. Visit ncrv.com.au to book a tour today.
For most people, the goal is getting to retirement. But that's when the goals begin. Travel overseas, caravanning, spoiling the grandkids. Whatever you want in retirement, AFM Wealth Strategy plans around it. Their advice starts with your goals, helping you budget so everything fits. Investing matters, but it's not the centre of the conversation. Your life is. AFM Wealth Strategy, an authorised representative of Independent Financial Advisors Australia, AFSL 464629.
Here's some great news from ACET Transport Solutions. They now have just about any type of vehicle available for your needs. Vans, utes, 1 and 2 tonne trucks, crane trucks, you name it, they've got it. And with over 20 years of experience and over 220 vehicles in their fleet, there's plenty of vehicles on deck ready for your next important delivery. And if you're not happy with your current provider, just ACET. Contact Darren, Chris and the team today at sales@acettransport.au.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back at 10 minutes after 6. The Sample Show coming up from 6:30 tonight. Matty Panos to go through everything happening in the league season, which is getting right to the pointy end now. Only a couple of rounds to go. Alex Coots as well, not too far away to talk Adelaide Footy League. And tell you what, must be that time of year because Royal Adelaide's show isn't too far away and there's nothing quite like it. It's presented by Drake's. Miss it and you'll be left with a serious case of SHOMO. All week we have a family pass to give away each day for you to head along. So call in now if you want them, 8223 0055. You can also get tickets now at theshow.com.au and Drake's Supermarkets.
Goodness me, it's cricket o'clock. We got 21 test matches in 12 months starting this Thursday versus Bangladesh in Darwin. And a Northern Territorian will be opening the bat for Australia, one of our favourites. Jake Weatherall, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Your hometown, how good's this for you?
Yeah, no, very exciting. It's turned it on as well. It's buzzing around here at the moment, which is good. Yeah, can't wait to be here and obviously play in front of friends and family. It'd be amazing.
Well done. Where's the test? Where's it at?
It's at TIO Stadium, so a bit of an unknown for everyone, really. I've not played there very much. I haven't played very much cricket there. A lot of footy when I was young, but that's about it, really. I've not much cricket there. So.
My son played up for Pint in the footy, and they have a cricket team as well. That deck is outstanding. I think that's across the road from TIO.
Yeah, DXC. There won't be enough seats for all the fans to rock into, so we're playing at TIO, which is cool.
It drop-in pitch?
Yeah, it looks good. The curator's done a great job getting it up and about. It's going to be quite hot, so it should be nice and interesting to see how it plays.
Okay. Is Hoffy a part of it, or they got the local rooster up there doing it?
No, the local boys are getting it done. They know what they're doing. They've done a good job. They obviously got the wicket ready for the Australia A game last year, and they've been playing a fair bit of cricket up there.
Okay.
And getting that wicket ready for quite a while now, so I reckon they're ready to go.
Well, I hope they don't bake it like a WA pitch. It ends up with cracks like bloody volcanoes.
Yeah, no, it could be a bit of that. It might be going back to the old days, which would be fun. So
good.
Hey, Jake, I've just come back from Darwin. Spent a week there. I reckon it's going to be perfect cricket conditions. It was 32 during the day, 20 at night, but it was that clear heat, not the muggy heat. And I was thinking, because I saw all the paraphernalia, advertising the test when I was up there, and I was thinking, this has got to be magnificent for it. So the conditions will be pretty much the same?
Yeah, it's a little bit heating up. The humidity's literally just come on. It must have just come as you left. Yeah, which is which is no problem. It just means a little bit harder for the curos to understand what the wicket's going to be like. But I think in general it'd be a bit of a cooler afternoon. The wind the humidity drops off, so it'll be good. Just be a bit hotter in the morning and a bit humid in the morning, which would be a good challenge for the bowlers, I reckon, if they start up.
Yeah. Going to be a challenge against Bangladesh. They beat us for the first time ever in the ODIs, 2-1. So it's not as if we can take them easy, that's for sure.
Yeah, and obviously the relative unknown about the wicket as well. You don't know. They play certain conditions really well, and I'm sure we'll be able to adapt to that and find a way to win. But at the same time, it's going to be a challenging thing with them. You don't know if it's going to spin, seam, or stay low and stuff like that. So they've got guys we don't really know as well too. So it's going to be a bit of an unknown for everyone, which always makes it a little bit more awkward when you start the game. But I'm sure, we'll find a way. But yeah, it's certainly a challenge.
Our test opener, Jake Weatherall. We're blessed because Travis Head will be the other one, 2 South Australians. Well, we claim you, Jake, as a South Australian. Now did you have a stint at Leicestershire?
I did, yeah. Played some county cricket for 6 rounds, which was really good fun. We didn't have much success, unfortunately. We've just been promoted to Div 1 from Div 2 for the first time in a couple of decades. So it was a big challenge for the boys to go up to Div 1 and play that sort of less standard of cricket. I thoroughly enjoyed my time. I was there with James Taylor, if you guys, an international cricketer back in the day. Selector, he was there, Alfonso Thomas. So there was a few guys coaches that were there. There were then obviously some players I knew from around the traps and T20 stuff. So it was really good to be there and play along them. Well,
you're being a bit modest. We heard you got amongst the runs, got a ton.
Yeah, I made some runs, which was good. It made them happy with me at least. I didn't get kicked out or told I wasn't going to come back ever again.
Run out of town.
Yeah, exactly right. So there was plenty of positive chat, but just a lot of time on the field, which was tough.
Well, it's an exciting time for all our Test cricketers and for you to knuckle down in that number 1 spot. We got Bangladesh into South Africa, into a home summer of cricket with New Zealand, 5 in India. We've got the anniversary match at the MCG and then the Ashes. This is a great time to be in the team, Jake.
Yeah, exactly right. Obviously blessed with that opportunity to hopefully cement my spot, but at the same time, it's such a cool thing to be a part of. Obviously, these boys have been playing together for quite a long time, so I'm obviously relatively new to the group. So, with all the cricket coming up, it seems so mouth-watering to obviously go over and play against South Africa and play against India, then play a home series against New Zealand. It'd be a pretty amazing thing. So, obviously my sights are set for this week, but hopefully it all goes well and get the opportunity to play against some amazing nations.
Jake, coming into the Australian side after leaving South Australia, going to Tassie, having that really good county season and the like, and now you're back with us in South Australia. It's been a nice little 360 for you, mate, ending in the Australian side.
Yeah, it has been. Obviously, it's been a bit of a whirlwind thing. Obviously, I'm very grateful to all the sides, obviously South Australia for giving me a start, then obviously going to Tassie and them being such a part of my journey to get into the Australian team and then been very nice enough to allow me to go back and spend time with my family back in South Australia. So, and them obviously opening their arms and saying you can come back, which is good. It's just with all their success, it's obviously quite hard for them to do. I was very happy to be able to go home and spend time back around my family, but back around people I'm very close with, obviously in that South Australian team too, the coaches and the players. We've got some very close mates there, so it's pretty cool to be able to do that. The
Tasmania experience and the county experience, how much do you think that changed you?
Yeah, significantly. Obviously, when you go down to Tassie, you got to prove yourself all over again, and but not only that, you expect it a lot more, do a lot more. So it's always a safety net when you've played in a place for a while. They know what you like, and sometimes you can just fall back into bad habits or old habits. And for me, being able to go to Tassie and spend time down there and regenerate myself and obviously find ways to be consistently successful at first-class cricket. They had the support staff to do that and the players that were winning games as well. So it was really a big part of my development from a mental and physical point of view. And then obviously going over to England, playing county cricket, and obviously playing cricket all year round is a pretty big thing. And being able to come back and play against quality cricketers over there and obviously get ready potentially for an Ashes the next year and play against them more and develop my technique even more, which is great.
You're the local. You're going to be taking the boys around. I mean, it's a bit early for Barra, but I hear Dundee Beach, not far off that, they got some big Spanish mackerel. Will you get out and have a fish? Because Kez loves it.
Yes, well, we actually took Kez out yesterday.
Good.
It was a pretty slow day for Barra. Only caught 60, so...
Where did you go? Where'd you go?
We went off the Timmy Island, so...
yeah, well, that's not fair.
Yeah, we cheated a little bit. We got out of the harbour, which was... which we escaped the crowds, which is good. So we went up there, caught quite a few barra, which was cool, and then caught
good on you.
A range of different species, and so it was pretty amazing. Pretty bit of a bucket list thing for Kez, so which is cool.
Oh, he absolutely loves it. Now, just one favour, Timmy just came back. He was up there for the Darwin Cup. He was up there with his mates on his 60th. Apparently, he said he dropped his wallet in the crocodile enclosure.
Can you
hook it out for him? Because he's a tight ass.
I think it's staying there, unfortunately. Unless you want to send Kez down there, you might get it.
I got to say, I saw some beasts there.
How big are they?
Oh, massive, massive.
They're scary, aren't they?
They are. They sit there, but you know they got one eye on you.
They're stealth.
They got one eye on. There's no doubt about it.
They're always hungry.
Exactly. Hey, Jake, really appreciate your time, mate. Hey, Travis Head winning the Alan Border medal as well. Kez coming second by a vote. I'll tell you what, this time next year it'll be the three of you.
Yeah, hopefully. Teddy was amazing this year. So was Kez. They're both deserving of it.
Well done. Hey, big summer of cricket. We cannot wait for Thursday versus Bangladesh. I know we won't be taking them lightly. Probably going to have our best 11 we can pick. Mate, thanks for your time. All the best.
Have a great season.
We'll speak soon. Yeah, have a great season. Can't wait to see you back here with the Reds. See you, mate.
Thank you. Catch you. Bye-bye.
Well done, Jake Wetherill, our guest.
It's 19 minutes after 6. Great to hear from him. It all starts on Thursday. Time for a break.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. He's one of the most decorated AFL players in recent history.
Bartel.
Catch Cats Premiership legend Jimmy Bartel. Talking footy each week with Rowey and Timmy G. Thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company. SA family owned and operated since 1980.
It's time to complete your census. We need to hear from everyone to help plan for Australia's future. If you know where you'll be on census night, Tuesday the 11th of August, you can complete the form for your household as soon as you get your instructions. Complete the census for your household online, by paper, or with help from census staff. Whoever you are, we need to hear from you. Every answer matters. For more on how to complete, visit census.abs.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Canberra.
Looking to hire people who can genuinely add value to your business? At Hunter Careers, you'll work directly with an experienced recruiter with deep Adelaide market knowledge and strong connections. No handballing, no junior recruiters. Just sound advice and a focus on long-term fit. Because some people fill a role, others lift the standard. If the hire really matters, talk to Hunter Careers. huntercareers.com.au.
Oh, sick of the 5:30 pop club? No, not that one. The one where you can't wait to get home to pop your bra off.
That's better.
If you are sick of the pain, the poor fit and adjusting your bra all day, you have to visit the Lingerie Company. We specialise in the right support and all-day comfort. So maybe you could head out to the other 5:30 pop club. Perfect comfort, perfect fit. The Lingerie Company, Mitcham Square Shopping Centre.
You've been the carer, the advocate, the constant, and you've done it out of pure love. But choosing specialist accommodation for your loved one isn't stepping back. It's one of the bravest things you'll ever do. Para Ability Community Care provides disability accommodation where every person is genuinely known, supported and cared for. We improve lives, and with our pack, you can go back to being the most important thing, the loving family member. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpack.com.au.
Floorworld does a whole lot more than floors. G'day, Isaac Rankin here. I've recently had automated blinds installed at home by the team at Floorworld Port Adelaide, and they made it easy. They've got everything too. PVC and timber plantation shutters, rollers, panel gliders, Verishades, curtains and shears. Whatever suits your place. If you're thinking about updating your home, mention this ad and you'll get 10% off your blinds or bundle it with flooring for an even better deal. Floorworld, Jeps Cross, Cheltenham, Norwood and Monopara.
The things you value deserve the best protection. Your car, your tools, your weekend projects. Alpha Industries garages and sheds will keep them safe from rain, hail and the harsh Australian sun. They're made from genuine Australian BlueScope steel and our stock take sale is on now. South Australian owned and operated for over 40 years, Alpha Industries builds garages and sheds that work as hard as you do. Take advantage of our stock take sale on now. Ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
I didn't expect to be playing Adelaide United. I didn't expect to ever come back here unless I was wearing an Adelaide United shirt. But the excitement with me as soon as it happened was as high as it can be. Man, my family, my friends are so excited. Best footballing stadium to play in the country. So I'm excited to be here and just the one time that I'll be hoping Adelaide United lives.
Yeah, well, we love that Stephen Mork is back, but he won't be in our Adelaide United colours. Kong An Hanoi play the Reds tomorrow night. First time we've played continental football in, I think, over a decade. So good luck to our Reds. We'll preview more of that tomorrow. But right now, AdelaideFootyLeague.com.au. Let's get stuck into the weekend's action.
Absolutely, and to do that, we go to our favourite every week, Alex Coots. G'day, Cootsy.
G'day, guys. How are you?
Excellent. So we had another important round of Adelaide Footy League, but this one is the Div 1. Glenunga took on Athelston. Now, we saw all the footage of Athelston's bit of flooding, you would say, into the rooms. Hopefully that's not too bad a damage done, but there was damage done on the field.
Yeah, well, lucky they played away at Glenunga, but unfortunately for them, they suffered a loss, which knocks them out of finals now. Glenunga, 19-17, 131. Athelston, 12-13. 85. Glenunga by 46 points. Nick Wunke got 4 goals. Ethan Smith got 3, and Caleb Bunn for Athelston got 3.
Okay, Golden Grove wiped the floor with Tea Tree Gully.
Well, Golden Grove knocked off Tea Tree Gully by 90 points. It was only 5 goals at half-time, but then they kicked away, and Lockie Pascoe kicked 9.
Whoa, that's a big day out. Salisbury North, who are in a rich vein of form, took on St. Peter's.
Yeah, so it was St. Peter's 5-10-40, Salisbury North 12-6-78. Salisbury North kicking pretty accurate for a wet day. 38 points they won by. Blake McPhedron kicked 4 goals and was a gun forward. And for St. Peter's, Mal Carruthers and Ed Allen kicked 2 each.
Well, this isn't fair. Port District's top beat Payneham Nord Union bottom.
Yeah, well, this one was big and we won't go through it too much. But Port District 27-19, 181. Payneham 3-5-23. And Gavin Shepherd, another one who kicked 9.
Wow, lots of 9s. Sacred Heart to finish off the round against Ross Trevor.
So this one, Sacred Heart kicking very accurate, 18-4, 112 to Ross Trevor, 11-11, 77. Ben Maroney kicked 4. Clayton Simons and McAuliffe kicked 3 each. And for Ross Trevor, Paddy Dawson and Jet Boxer kicked 4 each.
That's a big win. Now, Div 7, we always get to 5AA Div 7. We get one game out of you, mate. The upset, I reckon, of the round. West Croydon took on Brahma Lodge.
Well, it was West Croydon 15-6, 96, and Brahma Lodge 14-7, 91. They were up by 45 points at three-quarter time, and they lost the quarter 7-1, but that one goal came in very handy for Brahma Lodge. Trent Payne kicked 8 goals, and he needs 14 against Flinders Uni at home next week, and plus finals to get to the ton. And for West Croydon, Ryan Foley kicked 7.
Well done,
big day out. Good
Great
stuff, Cootsy. We'll see you next week, mate.
Thank you. See you next week.
Well done, Alex. Thank you. Let's go to Sean at Tea Tree Gully.
G'day, boys. How you going?
You want to
Sean.
speak about Tex?
No, I do, but I want to speak about that idiot. I got in the car. Just as I get in the car, you're talking to a bloke called Frank. And Frank's having a go at you, Rowey, about Tex. And I stand by you. And I'll declare I love him. And I'm a Crows fan. But you know what? Just as much as I'm a bloody Boakey fan, and Boakey was a legend when he retired from the Power.
Yeah,
and
spot on.
Yeah, I got so fired up with that half-wit.
Yep.
Because
Well, it's hard on air to call him what you wanted to. I did in the end, and then we got it all dumped. But I mean, just show a bit of class.
Just show a bit of bloody, just,
He's class.
19 seasons in the highest league in the country.
He's a champion.
And this bloke wants to say, "Oh no,
he's a champion." We know he's a champion, Sean. He's a match-winning champion on and off the field. Thanks for support, Sean. Hello, Mike.
Good evening. I concur with what's just been said, fellas. I don't think that tonight is the night to have a go at Tex.
No.
We would have loved him at Collingwood. And more to the point, he's conducted himself brilliantly on the field and off the field.
Yep.
Forget about the minor indiscretions. I hope he has a wonderful time in the future.
Yeah, he certainly will. Well, when they say discretions, he had a beer in a pub, a beer in the thing. He didn't wear a face mask like everyone. I mean, God almighty. He's a champion.
What do they say?
The lad is a champion.
All part of the rich tapestry of a long career, isn't it?
Well, I tell you what, if you're going to be around that long, from Broken Hill to Adelaide, and you've got a bit of scallywag in you, and I'm not throwing any stones.
Things are going to happen.
Things are going to happen, and good things.
All right. Well, it's been a lot of fun tonight. Thank you for joining us during the show. 4 o'clock. We're back tomorrow with more sports. But next, it's all about the Sandford League up until 7.